Step into the ring. chill. Grubhub delivers convenience items.
Grubhub delivers convenience items.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Panda Cup Online Qualifier, as this one is the fourth and final qualifier for the Northeast region of NA. My name's Laird. I'm joined with my good friend from across the pond, Viram. Welcome to the party, my friend. How are you?
It's an absolute pleasure to be here, Laird, and I am definitely looking forward to commentating some more Super Smash Bros. Ultimate action here for the Northeast NA region. We have a very, very stacked looking top 8 full of some of North England's best talent here, even in this fourth and final qualifier.
Absolutely, my friend. In the winner side of things, I want you guys to take a look here as we bring that up in just a second. Yes, here is our top 8 as it stands right now. Winner side, Ling and Unleashed going at it, and then you have Axiom XL and Koopa, hashtag 5969 rounding us out here. I believe that's his Discord tag, so if you think like what he does today, go and hit him up afterwards. Then in the loser side of things, we got King Curb 64, Jays going against each other. Tito getting off the hands of a big upset in winner side, hanging out in the losers bracket against FGC. Susano, yes, I like that better. But if you guys want to take part in the Panda Cup qualifiers, unfortunately, if you're part of the Northeast region of NA, I'm sorry, this was your last chance. If you didn't compete, you kind of blew it. But that's all right. If you have competed before and you want to compete again, take a look at the map to the right. You can see all of the specific regions. But as you can see, yes, this is the final event for Northeast NA. However, the regional finale, which will be the top 32-point earners of the entire circuit after today, will be going at it against each other on November 5th. Winner of that gets the opportunity to go to California to compete in the Panda Cup finale with a chance at that huge prize pool. And, amongst all of our other regions, Viram, let's take a look at our leaders here.
Yes, so of course, once again, we are focusing on the Northeast NA region today. We have Unleashed, who is in this current bracket, actually, at the number 1 spot. Number 2, we have Armadillo, and number 3, we have Vapor. All incredibly talented players. Definitely looking forward to potentially seeing them, well, it's pretty much assured at this point, but seeing them in the regional finale.
Yes, and actually there's another thing too about that, Viram. I did some math, some napkin math before the stream came on, and with whatever placement Unleashed gets today, they will guaranteed be the number 1 seed of the next event of the regional finale. So they have earned the fruits of their labor today, but I imagine they want to go a little bit further. They got a lot of stuff coming up, and take a look here at who they're up against. A man who needs no introduction. This is Ling, probably the best Peach in the world right now.
Yeah, Ling is incredibly established. Been around in the scene for very, very long time. Been a real Peach expert, lab monster with the character. Absolutely one of those Peach players where you see them get that first hit and you know that it's going to be a ton of damage, potentially a stock off of that initial opening. Really established, incredible player in Ling. And of course, Unleashed, absolutely no slouch either. With the Sora having made it all this way, as well as having the number 1 amount of points on the leaderboard, we absolutely cannot sleep on him either.
Definitely not, my friend. But hey, we're going to get into this thing. This is the first match of the day, first one of top 8 as well. Winners semifinals starting off here, and Unleashed is a man who knows his way around the roster. They were a Banjo main the second that character came out. They played Aegis for a little bit, and now obviously rocking the Sora as well. So, not a character loyalist by any means, but they definitely like characters with distance is what I'm picking up here.
That they do. Starting off, of course, Unleashed with the stage control. Very nice up B just to relieve that pressure. Doesn't want Ling anywhere near them right now.
Yeah.
I think Grab just implementing a little bit of extra aggression right there.
Ooh, I like the Sonic Blade. It's a really good option to get slow to your characters here, because you could very, very easily pin somebody out with a decent air movement. And take a look at that. Unleashed starting off early here.
Yeah, what a chase down from Unleashed right there. Just not allowing Ling to establish any momentum. I really like how Unleashed is aggressing against Ling as soon as he notices that he's going for the turnip pull. Just not allowing Ling to get that space.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a win condition for Peach and Daisy to pull their turnips, which allows them to start their combos and do a lot. And once Peach and Daisy get in, Viram, I mean, you just get shredded.
Indeed. But look at this, lapping Ling in percent right now, just dealing so much damage bit by bit. Excellent forward smash, and more than happy to go off stage for the chase and get the forward air.
Excellent play here. You know, Sora's a character who a lot of people swear has some relevance in this meta, and they have been proven wrong a number of times, but you get players at the helm like Unleashed playing in matchups that seem slightly favorable. We could potentially see the makings of a new top tier.
Maybe. He's had a hard road so far, Sora, to make it this far, but, you know, he is a JRPG protagonist. He doesn't know when to quit.
Absolutely, and you know, he's confronted more devastating opponents than Peach and Daisy. However, Ling cannot be understated how talented this guy is as well. You know, made some very big runs at brackets. I believe they top 8 at Shine a couple weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Doesn't surprise me at all. Finally, Ling gets a stock on the board, and turnip in hand. You got to be careful if you're Unleashed right now. Oh, clips with the Blizzaga.
I like that. Very good recovery there from Ling. Because, you know, faded away from ledge, didn't have a jump, but they used the side beat to great effect to snap ledge against an aggressive Unleashed. However, you've got to watch those blind spot angles because Thundaga is very, very good at sniping you up high.
Yeah, the mid-range control coming out from Unleashed throughout that entire game was incredibly, incredibly good. I love the use of the Fire Raga just to prevent Ling from getting those approaches, stuffing him, and then making Ling want to go into a more defensive stance, finding those openings with the grab, and then that's set up perfectly for that endgame situation with the Thundaga. Excellent first game coming out from Unleashed.
When you're on the back foot against Sora, things can feel very, very overwhelming because he's not a character who has a ton of mobility. Obviously, he has the side B, which he could use to cover a lot of his blind spots in the air. But other than that, you know, he's got a rather slow dash, a slow initial dash. His projectiles really don't cover that much space. He has a decently sized sword. However, you know, he has to get on top of you. But, you know, Ling playing the Daisy, who's a character with as much speed as she has and the floatiness too. Unleashed, I think, has a very good edge in this matchup here.
Yeah, Unleashed definitely was the one setting the overall pace and tone of the match. We're going to have to see how Ling adapts to the Sora. Maybe wants to go for a stage with a little bit more space, maybe just a little bit more breathing room to get those turnips. I'm not quite sure where he potentially go, maybe Kalos?
I can see that. I mean, fewer platforms definitely help out Peach and Daisy a lot. FD is their best stage, is what I've heard from a lot of the top players. And, you know, definitely not hard to see why. Those combos they can get out of the float cancels and the turnip startups, they can do a lot there.
Yeah.
So that remains to be seen. It does look like we will be getting at least a stage switch, maybe a character switch, depending on the situation. Still going to go with the Daisy. All right, I like to see it. The confidence there.
Yeah, I'd be honestly very shocked if Ling swapped to a character that wasn't Peach or Daisy. I don't think I've ever seen him on another character, but who knows? And there's the FD pick. Not banned, so... Right, Ling already out the floodgates with that Nair, 52%, and wow, this is a completely different game from the previous one already.
87% Viram in 10 seconds. No stocks being taken yet, but Ling has not been touched.
114 almost unanswered. Love the height of which that side B came out just to get the auto cancel right there. And now it's Unleashed turn to answer.
Tried to hold center stage, doing a good job of it, using their projectiles to great effect. However, that up B will be baited out. I feel like Ling has caught on to a number of habits there, and that up B on a shield is definitely one of them.
Yeah, Ling also noticing the Sonic Blade habits, that side special. You can, of course, vary the number that you do. Lovely pressure with the Nair. It's all Ling right now.
Sonic Blade's gonna disrupt, get rid of that turnip. Unleashed holding on to a hefty amount of percent, and Sora's a character who does have a good amount of kill power. However, that rage will be snuffed out using the crown to great effect there, and Ling is up.
Well, no punish on the counter right there. That could have been huge for Ling, but still, this is an excellent stock lead right now. Not too much in Sora's kit that can get the raw KO. He's going to have to look for something big, set up into the up special maybe, or maybe a combo into the up smash.
And you saw a second ago Ling holding on to that turnip. That was because it was a dot ice turnip. However,
now we got this
immediately afterwards.
using that side B just to apply that relatively safe pressure on the shield. The shield from Ling, however, looking a little bit small. And just look at the fear from Unleashed right now. Doesn't want to get hit by that Stitch. Oh, and there's the burst hit. 35% to your name.
And Peach is a unique character in the fact that she can actually hold on to aerials while she attacks because of that float mechanic. And, using that to also bait out the pressure, holding on to that Stitch, waiting for it to come to great effect, hanging out down low, babysitting the ledge, trying to hit a forward air or something, but Unleashed, very good recovery is going to allow him to get back.
Yeah, I love these counter off stage right there just to make sure that he's safe versus that turnip.
I like the recovery, not trying to snap ledge either. Unleashed was very obviously trying to go for a 2-frame there with that down tilt, but Ling avoids with some very, very good pacing.
I'm impressed with the DI versus that up throw as well. Ling in the position to potentially die to that Sora back throw. Instead, surviving and still alive at 183.
And avoiding the Thundaga as well, but to what cost? And yeah, hanging out a little bit too low, did not recognize they didn't have a jump. And that's going to be an unfortunate way to lose the stock. However, with a tremendous lead right now, Ling is still trying to put some pressure on Unleashed, but Unleashed is fighting back in a big way here.
Yeah, without Rage, it's going to be a little bit tricky for Ling to get the stock right now. Of course, that Rage is being accumulated, and the damage as well on Ling. This gap has been closed right up by Unleashed.
Now Ling needs to find a starter. This shield game from Unleashed has been a really big deal. I love the float cancel into the ground there, baiting out the shield, hitting that grab, forcing Unleashed back on stage. Backer not going to come out, but the high hitbox of the down smash is not quite enough. The backer is going to beat that out, and Ling is still up yet again.
Ling finding center stage is so paramount in this game, just to be able to hold that center stage, have complete control, and then initiate your offense from there.
Counter will not result in any up airs landing. Ling looking for more damage, has 65% on his opponent right now, good amount of rage. A pivot grab actually going to go by the wayside, and there is a Saturn. That shield of Unleashed is going to be a lot scarier to pull out now.
Wow, I can't believe that Saturn actually missed in that instance. Being picked up by Unleashed, but
like
full stock lead.
Unleashed grabbed it, threw it off stage, but might have gotten a little bit too lost off the ledge. Tries to come back aggressively. Ling is going to beat that out with just a single forward air. And it is one apiece here, Viram.
That it is, and that was a complete 180 of what we saw in the previous game. Unleashed was in complete control in that first game, able to find those openings where Link was trying to pluck the turnips, not allowing him to get any momentum. But as soon as Ling was able to get that lead, as soon as he was able to get that opening gambit, the pace was completely in his favor.
That's what I'm saying. A good stage definitely helps out with that too. And, having a game one under your belt where you caught on to a number of your opponent's habits and their methods of fighting in this matchup, that's a very big deal. And I feel like Ling, particularly the thing that impressed me there was not only just the DI, but also the shield pressure that they were able to apply with float canceling, jumping up in the air. Okay, when your opponent's in the air, baiting, using a shield is always a good idea. However, Ling is able to float cancel, get back on the ground so quickly, and just bait out grabs with some very, very interesting tomahawk.
Yeah, I mean, that's always one of the things that really separates the good Peaches from the great Peaches and Daisies, of course, is how ambiguous can you be with that shield pressure. Peach and Daisy have a plethora of strong pressure options. She's got the nair, she's got the back air, she's got the down air, all to apply pressure on that shield. But how she uses that in conjunction with the float, it makes it very difficult to defend against at a high level.
Yes. So we're going into game number 3 here. It looks like we might be going to a battlefield. It will be battlefield proper. And frankly, I very much agree with this stage pick from Unleashed. Having extra platforms means you have a lot of extra ways to extend your combos up in the air. And Ling has been a little bit in a bad way whenever they're up in the air. However, trying to stay grounded as much as they can and giving them a bit of a lead here.
Right. Jumps over the Thundaga. Once again, back to center stage.
Okay, it's a turn. Yep, gonna punish the Sonic Blade very effectively. Throws the turnip up high, baiting out any high recoveries. Not gonna check them that easily.
Gets scooped by the up special right there. Unfortunate for Ling, trying to go for that edge guard, but still very much in his favor right now. Oh, doesn't quite get the combo. Almost looked so ready for that.
Yeah, but a lot of patience from Ling and not capitalizing on a lot of these kills. Mashes out of the freeze at just the wrong time. The up smash comes out, nearly taking Ling's stock, but again, very good DI. End up saving this one. Back air to beat out the startup time of the up B. Had that not happened, Ling might have been out of the stock there. That was insanely powerful, but figures counter. One of the better ones in the game.
Yeah, Ling definitely not ready for that turnip to whiff right there, so tried to capitalize on an advantage that he thought he'd have, but the counter came out instead.
He's doing a good job of, you know, whenever they have turnips, baiting out end lag on a lot of these dash attacks, these projectiles are throwing out. I love the aerial pressure that Unleashed is putting on too. Sometimes jumping up in the air near Ling, baiting out defensive options. And that time, you know, they weren't able to get a punish off of it, but they are starting to catch on to the fact that there is a neutral air dodge habit that Ling has.
Yeah, normally against a lot of characters, you know, that floaty jump of Sora's is a little bit of a detriment in terms of maintaining advantage because, you know, characters can just fastball air dodge past Sora. Sora can't make it back to the ground fast enough. However, against a character like Peach and Daisy, you know, they are equally as floaty, so Sora can still maintain that aerial pressure.
Yeah, the thing about Sora that makes him so devastatingly powerful in this game is the fact that he doesn't have to worry about not having a good way to recover. Having that up B in tandem with those side Ds make it really effective. And hey, a nice kill with the up B that I was just talking about there too. It's got one of the strongest kill.
You to live quite a bit longer versus that move, but still very strong at those high percents with rage nonetheless.
Ling trying to find a way in, but Unleashed holding down center so effectively. Ling half stage has to up B early. Will not get back air, but Unleashed still doing a very good job of maintaining stage control here.
Good punish on the up B right there. Again, it just feels like in this game, similar to game one, Ling has had a little bit of a hard time properly finding his footing and getting the momentum.
I feel like the two habits that Ling has caught on to in this matchup have been, you know, the shield game from Unleashed as well as baiting out those up Bs. And, you know, good punishes on a lot of frame traps as well. When Unleashed is committed to using their side Bs or their, you know, their spells, there's actually a lot of time for Ling to go in and get those punishes.
Yeah, absolutely crucial that Ling finds those openings, but Unleashed, unrelenting at the moment, 82% unanswered so far on this final stock. Lovely spot dodge, almost gets the air dodge bait again, as you mentioned before. Those air dodges coming out from Ling may spell his demise if he's not careful.
I love the mix-up there too. I'm assuming Unleashed expects Ling to fall back through the platform, but the downer comes out, beats out that shield, and yep, a nice slow recovery there too, using the float into the up B to not get countered.
Fortunate for Ling right there, didn't believe in that neutral air connecting. Goes for the roll instead of capitalizing on more pressure. Once again, just this huge deficit. Ling unable to find the meaningful hits to really close that gap.
Right, they almost had it there with the turnip into the back air. However, Unleashed doing a good job of stabilizing. Gets a grab, a pivot grab actually, into a forward off stage. And yes, there's the Panda that should do it. Ling is now down 1-2, and Unleashed is still surging his way forward.
Yeah, very, very nice play from Unleashed. It just felt very, very stable as a whole. You know, he maintained that lead the entire time. It didn't really look like Ling had too much space to mount a comeback. It didn't really feel like he could sway the tide of the game in his favor at all. So excellent play from Unleashed. I think this stage pick is going to be really, really crucial for Ling in order to be able to mount this comeback and potentially take the set and move on to winners finals.
Yeah, one would hope that the #1 player of the series so far is a hard crown to knock off, and Unleashed living up to that title. Ling, actually the #1 seed of the event here today. I feel Unleashed feels that they might have been underseeded today. They would have to be 4th tops in order to play against Ling this early. So, you know, trying to earn their laurels, and doing a very good job of it right now.
That they are.
Game 4 comes up here, winners semifinals, but this is a very good situation for Unleashed to be in. If they win this game, it's it. That's the set. It's 3-1, and they go to winner's side finals. However, if Ling wins this one, Unleashed has counter pick advantage going into the next game, but immediately starts off with a turnip pull here on Battlefield.
51% in 2 attacks. Kazuya Mishima is not even on the screen, and we're seeing that kind of damage coming out.
True, but the combo did not last quite as long as Mr. Mishima's. However, damage has been done, and a Saturn too. Ling's RNG this set has been insane.
Oh my goodness, the shield break! Into the frying pan, wow.
Man.
Two Saturns, two Stitches this set so far. This is truly the sign that Ling is very much a true Peach and Daisy main. When you have that RNG on your side, that is a testament to character loyalty.
You need to worry about it as well if you're Unleashed, because sometimes you just lose as well. What is in that little grab bag that Ling has?
All sorts of goodies, it seems, and just look at the size of this lead. That early RNG paying dividends to Ling. Of course, not to undersell how well Ling has been playing in general, finding all of these turnip hits. Man, this has got to be tough if you're Unleashed.
Yeah, and Unleashed losing a lot of trades as well. Some lingering there, some really large hitboxes coming in from Ling. Fast ones in those back airs as well are going by the wayside, and Ling is actually winning more often than they are losing here.
Something also crucial to keep in mind is the points at where Unleashed is going for his spells. He's giving Ling time to pull out those tournaments because he's trying to reset his cycle with the spells, do a long distance safe Thundaga, but in exchange, you've given Ling an opportunity to pull out his most powerful tool in the turnip.
But I like the dash attack. It is going to snag the ledge hang. Ling now needs to deal with this stock soon, because you know how close Unleashed can make it in these situations if they get one good read.
Good DI on that up air just to live a little bit longer. Another dash attack coming out, and that's going to take the stock, a full stock lead for Ling, similar to what we were seeing in Game 2.
Yeah, whenever they have this momentum, Viram, as you alluded to, just like Game 2, they're able to take it a long way, baiting out so much grounded pressure, getting that extra 17 or so percentage with that forward air. However, that early up B will be countered. This one will not be, though. Unleashed just barely whiffing.
Man, not able to combo right there. I think good DI coming out from Unleashed.
The back row positioning, tries to go for the Thundaga up high to catch Ling. Ling's still holding on, hanging out on those platforms. Sharking doing a very good job of it as well.
And I love how Ling is just picking and choosing his moments to aggress. Using that dash attack to just kind of force his way in after pressuring at mid-range with the turnip.
Yeah, and with a multi-hit dash attack like that, it's very easy to hit Unleashed out of some of their combos or some of their devastating attacks. I've seen it more often than not win with some of his smash attacks too, like that down smash. I was just about to talk about it too, and there it is.
Yeah, using the nice long-lasting hitboxes of that dash attack to be able to punish even past the invul of that down smash.
Evasion right now too.
Corner, excellent side B to cover the tech.
A nice catch.
That was such a crucial catch from Unleashed right there. He would have died otherwise to that turnip. We would have been seeing a Game 5. But the back air is going to be enough to take this to a Game 5 nonetheless.
Man, and it all started right from the get-go of this match, Viram. Pulling out that Stitch into the Mr. Saturn right away. I mean, you could not ask for anything else. Remind me where Ling lives. Because I might be making a trip up to the Northeast region for Halloween this year. Because this man, he got a lot more treats than he does tricks.
Yep, that he does. But honestly, this is Ling we're talking about. He has his fair share of tricks as well. Just making sure that they all come out at the opportune times here in this set. Ling managing to get the victory on Battlefield this time. That was, of course, Unleashed's first stage pick in Game 3. So I'm curious to see where Unleashed takes Ling in this final and 5th game.
Yeah, actually, that's a very, very good point. I would imagine a smaller stage might not actually benefit them as much as I would think on initial glance. I think the big thing is that Unleashed needs something that he can hang out and use platforms very effectively. I think his best bet is Smashville, but Ling might end up banning it. So I don't know. It could be up in the air.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Admittedly, I'm hardly an expert on the Peach and Daisy versus Sora matchup. It's not one that you see too commonly all these days, but this has been a treat to watch nonetheless.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, two players of this caliber going at it, it's always a treat, no matter who the character, no matter what the matchup, no matter what the stage. And frankly, these two have delivered. Either way, neither one of these guys should be disappointed in a loss here, because they've both played expertly here. A lot of adaptations this set, a lot of really good fundamentals, and a lot of character knowledge being shown as well.
Yeah. Character knowledge on both sides.
But we're taking a minute here to deliberate on the stage choice. I think Unleashed wants to make sure that they know exactly where they want to go. It looks like that is the pick, and it is in. Link's still taking a moment to maybe collect themselves. All right, no character swaps, but the stage pick has been selected. Where do you think we're going, Viram?
You know what? I feel like we may run it back to Battlefield one more time, but Unleashed been keeping up. Oh no, we're going back to PS2, of course. Able to go back here because it's been a game since he won, and a strong start from Ling already. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, man. Unleashed did win here on game 1, so not a bad pick by any stretch of the imagination. But FD definitely not one you're going to. And yep, frame trap for Viram.
A little bit too early on the shield release right there from Ling. Unleashed finally getting a meaningful opening. Great use of the Thunderdagger there, and a great bait on the air dodge as well.
Yep, and Unleashed, I called out that little bit earlier on in the set. However, I need to call out the fact that Unleashed called out that side beat to try to snap leg to counter perfectly timed. I think that stock early. And despite the fact that Unleashed was up to a bit of a deficit early, taking that stock away has helped them exponentially.
Love the use of that counter to Hedgehog right there. That was an amazing adaptation.
But I think the big thing that set that up too, Viram, is the fact that Unleashed called out an air dodge. Sora has a lot more aerial pressure, especially from below, than Peach and Daisy really do. If you're up in the air as Peach, you definitely want to try to get back to the ground as quick as possible. Unleashed has been going up there and trying to bait out air dodges, anything else, and up being outside of that, very good option in general.
And very, very important forward air right there. Not going to get the KO just yet. Lovely turnip shots. Oh, hugging right against the wall to make sure he could avoid that turnip.
Yeah, I also love the fact that Unleashed BG recovers that too, so that they can pop above the ledge if Ling tried to get too aggressive. And the dash attack with some extra rage to help out is going to put Ling at a 1-stock to 3 deficit.
You wouldn't have thought something like this would happen. Excellent spot dodge right there. Knew that the side B was coming to try to break the shield. And again, all in Unleashed's court right now.
Still alive there after that side B too. Trying to have him come up around. Keeps getting hit in the face with turnips, but Ling needs to do something a little bit more dramatic. Forward throw might do it. Yes, it will. Okay, Unleashed finally down to stock. Ling looking for something in their little grab bag, but to no avail.
Not able to punish the up B that time.
Coming with a nair, but Unleashed is a little bit stronger with those dish droids. The F smash. Ling needs to do something dramatic and needs to do so now. However, Unleashed more than willing to throw out that down B in that situation. And Ling is going to be bowing out of winner's side here. They're going to fall to losers quarterfinals, but Unleashed definitely showing that, they were under siege today. They are the number 1 seed going into regional finale for a good reason, and they want the crown today too.
Yeah, this is that was a very, very dominant final game coming out from Unleashed. Unleashed had very, very crucial adaptations, particularly with that down special, using the counter in positions where Ling was very comfortable before, going for the side B to ledge and just absolutely demolishing him for it. I really, really like the call out at the end of the game right there, going for the slightly high down B to call out the higher side B, knowing the risk reward was in his favor. If that down B whiffed and they were off stage, they were very low percent, weren't really at a risk of losing their stock. Hitting it meant winning the set. So excellent performance coming out from Unleashed right there, just moving on to winners finals. Of course, Ling still in the bracket, still alive, waiting on losers side, losers quarters, where they will be fighting off against Tito, who won over FGC Susano in Palutena versus Hero.
Yes, and we will be getting that match on stream. However, coming up next is one that you all are very excited for. We got Koopa, number 5969, going up against Axiom XL. And this is going to be a fun one too. Koopa, our 30th seed of the day, making their way into top 8, and they have to play against the 2 seed. So I think Koopa, they do rock the Ludwig, if I'm not mistaken, but it seems like they also have a Bowser in their pocket too. Let's take a look at their run today. Has not dropped a single game and got a number of upsets on the way to get here.
Yes, very, very solid gameplay coming out from Koopa in general. And I must say, it's kind of refreshing to see someone called Koopa and actually playing Bowser.
Right.
You always see that, you know, something like Yoshi fan 65 playing Cloud, or Kirby fan 12 playing Marth, and just stuff like that. So it's kind of refreshing to see someone actually playing their named character. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, we have Axiom XL. Let me tell you a little story about Axiom, right? This is all the way back, Smash 4, Shine 2017. I was playing in bracket back then, made it to the AMS bracket, which was for the people that placed 49th in the main bracket. And I'm on the loser's side against this young man called Axiom XL. I had never heard of him until that point. And he wins very convincingly. I'm like, oh, good game, your Cloud is great. He was playing Cloud back then. And he was like, oh yeah, this is my first major. So he was really excited to come out, and, you know, getting 49th at an event that's stacked to Shine then at your first major, I think just kind of paved the way for the player that he is now. And of course, you know, you look at the most recent Shine, he performed spectacularly at that bracket, getting all the way, I think it was 4th he ended up with, 4th or 3rd.
That sounds right to me.
I remember he beat Esam in losers. He just had an incredible run through that bracket, playing Kazuya Mishima these days.
Kazuya Mishima. Here's the big thing about Axiom too. You know, he really hit a stride last summer of 21. You know, I think towards the middle of the summer, maybe like end of July. You know, with his Kazuya, he showed up and won, or got second, I think, at a very big New England regional. All right, he got second, losing only to Mars, if I'm not mistaken. And I think they reset him in the bracket or something too. And ever since then, it's just been riding momentum high. Got ranked a number of times in the New England PR. Definitely a force to be reckoned with, and piloting one of the scariest characters in Smash history.
Yeah, Kazuya is an absolute terror to have to fight against. You know, you could feel like you're winning, you could feel like you have a massive lead, and all it takes is one electric, one Doria, and your stock could just be gone if the Kazuya plays their cards right. But we're getting a very kind of interesting matchup here. Kazuya versus Jigglypuff.
Well, throw everything you said about the person being named after their character playing said character. Koopa is going to be rocking the Puff here. Now, I can honestly kind of see where they're coming from here with this character, you know, because this is a very aerial mobility-based character. Really good at hitting Kazuya's blind spots. But Kazuya, again, covers that diagonal angle very effectively with the Electric Wind God Fist, which is what we're seeing being thrown out very much right now by XMXL. But again, Koopa's just kind of trying to air camp best they can, and they're doing a very good job of it, only taking 15% so far.
Yeah, it definitely makes a lot of sense to go for Puff over Bowser here. You know, a lot harder to capitalize on those hits versus Puff. The character's a lot lighter and floatier, so it can be difficult to extend those combos. Meanwhile, of course, as you mentioned, Puff very good in the air, but so far, Koopa unable to find any sort of opening and has to deal with 92% unanswered. Up B out of shield, not going to send Koopa to the blast zone just yet.
Actually, I'm still untouched right now. And despite all the camping we're seeing from Koopa, has not been able to land a single hit. Okay, finally an up air will fall. But this is something you gotta consider. There is rest on deck potentially if we need to make a big comeback. However, Axiom XL gonna take that first stock early. Oh no.
Big Electric, just 2 hits for 30%.
I like that they went for the tsunami kick afterwards as well. Okay, gets that, goes for the up B. Good for damage. Uses the laser to try to stun Koopa up in the air a little bit, but they're going to go right over the top of that. Back airing all the live on day. Finally gets a drill. Not going to result in any actual damage though.
Yeah, and even though Axiom with Kazuya can't do many long combos, you know, the damage per hit from Kazuya is utterly ludicrous. Every individual hit from this character hurts so much, and as a light character like Puff, you don't want to be taking any of those. He's been hit 4 times for 58%. The up B almost getting the stock.
Looking for the up air to follow up as well. That up air is really fast. I think one of his best moves on a double jump, but there's the up B. Only sustaining 31% in 1 minute and 50 seconds. And that's Kazuya Mishima for you guys.
Yeah, that was a completely one-sided game. You know, for all the flying around that Koopa did, it didn't really amount to anything. Wasn't able to get any meaningful openings. And after a game like that, surely there has to be a character switch here. I mean, you know, you don't want to be fighting as a big body versus Kazuya, just being absolute combo food. But you know, in times like this, you need to have faith in your main character. It's important to be able to try your best in these situations because they're your main character for a reason. They're the character that you perform the best with under all circumstances, even in these counterpick scenarios.
To be frank with you as well, Viram, I think the Bowser Jr. might not have a terrible matchup spread in this situation. Let me explain why. You have Mecha Koopa. All right, it's a very good thing to patrol the ground. You know, yes, Axiom could pick it up and throw it back at you, but if he's stuck up in the air, you can do a lot. However, another big thing is that you have that side beat. I think the super armor will go through the electric wind gun fist. Don't quote me on that. It's not an interaction I've seen before. I think it'll carry up because it goes from the ground. Anyway, getting that side B is going to allow you to get your ladder combos. Kazuya is a very, very good combo weight. So, you know, getting those up air strings. And that up air, I believe, is frame 6. It's frame fast, whatever it is. Disjointed, does a lot of damage, and very, very good for comboing heavier weight characters. It's what Ketchup uses. It's what Yoda Cage is using. And in more recent times, it's what TM7 Zap has been using in all the way down to Florida as well.
Yeah, the up air, one of the best moves in Bowser Jr.'s kit for certain. Just the rewards that you get off of certain openings, just laddering with that up air leads to so much. But we're going for the Bowser instead of the Bowser Jr. this time.
Yes. Let's see what it is. All right, Bowser. I can see, some edge guards working out here. You have up out of shield. You have flame breath at the ledge. I mean, 2 frame potential too. Number of good options here that will help out. But again, I think that ground speed might pay dividends too. But immediately just gonna hang back around, try to get some flame breath down.
Yeah, of course, that's another option that you have available to you, the fire breath. Koopa playing very, very more than happy to just stick on this platform with this very marginal lead that they have right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think they realize that single blow from Kazuya could do, at least 20%, but it could combo into even more than that. I think he's just trying to camp too. Oh, yeah. Don't get stretchered.
Honestly, I feel like that's a very difficult strategy to employ, particularly now that the stage is like this. There come the combos into the electric and the up smash stealing the stock. Not just yet. Town and City and Bowser's weight saving him right there. Anyone else would have died.
Yeah, this is one of the stages with the highest ceilings in the game, and Bowser being that heavy. The heaviest character in the game, by the way, to help him survive that too.
Loving the use of the down B right there to just bait the shield and just get that KO. Excellent stuff to Axiom so far.
Yep, Axiom has to use their up B to recover here. Yep, nice coverage of the ledge, but that up B, already the Bowser is doing more than the puff head.
Man, look at these combos, just using the crouch jab to tack on all of this extra damage because Bowser is so big. Nothing to do to alleviate that pressure. 100% mounted already into the up smash again. Axiom just looking like an absolute powerhouse, a menace on the machine.
I quite like that very much too. Oh yeah, using a nair. Boom. And I'm loving these resets with the down tilt pressure as well. Not a common thing you see out of the electric wind dot fist, but against a heavyweight like Bowser, yeah, definitely go for it. Gets that, baits him out too, trying to go for some more.
Yeah, I think Axiom is just playing with the utmost confidence right now. He hasn't lost a stock this entire set so far.
I'm going to call that out too because I was about to. There is Rage Drive on deck, and there it is. It will land off the side. Does not matter how heavy you are. At that percent, it's like snapping the toothpick.
Yep. That, if you get the technical input for that that Rage Drive, the Rage Art, it is incredibly powerful. The DP motion, I believe it is, does a good 40+% or so, and it's going to KO most of the cast at ludicrous percents.
Yeah, I've seen some characters as heavy as Bowser be losing their stocks as low as like 70-80%. Against featherweights like Puff or Pikachu, I mean, they lose their stocks at like 60, depending on positioning. It's ridiculous, man. So, game 3 coming up here. We might be looking for another character counterpick here from Koopa. I really do want to see the Bowser Jr. come out. I think Bowser Jr. is definitely, of this man's roster, I think it's Bowser Jr.
Yeah, so far, honestly, considering how the games with the Puff and the Bowser went on, yeah, I could see the Bowser Jr. being a valid choice to at least try when you have your back to the wall like this.
I definitely, I see Prince Ludwig hanging out in the chat. That is also what our man Koopa is being referred to as, his other name online. But it looks like he's coming in. There, we are getting the Ludwig coming into the building. I wonder what the stage pick is. I don't think FD is a very good choice. It's a good stage for Bowser Jr., but I think platforms are going to help you out a little bit more.
Yeah,
we're going to go to Lilac. You know what? I can see it, Viram.
Very interesting. You very rarely see this stage picked these days. It's just, you know, even in lists where it's legal, it's just not a particularly popular stage. People just don't want to go here.
Yeah, but it is a sleeping giant in any rule set. You know, a lot of people say if you don't like the stage, make sure you ban it because you never know who's going to pull it out against you.
There's the electric again. Get the chase into the Devil Wings. Untouched in this first stock. I feel like, you know, the tri-plat layout of Lilac normally great for if you want to camp those platforms, but they're a little bit too low, and Kazuya can actually pressure them effectively even at ground level.
Right, and you know that up air, you know, off the ground too is something that a lot of Kazuya have been talking about. There, does the electric wing cut? Devil Wings again killing off the top. Axiom XL looking to 9-0 Koopa in terms of stocks. This situation.
Not even a minute has passed, and already Koopa is on potentially his final stock in winner's side here. This has just been an absolute clinic coming out from Axiom XL.
Excellent pressure off stage using the cannonballs and the Mecha Koopas. Their aerials, the border particularly, it's a really excellent effect here. Again, you know, this might be a win to keep Kazuya off stage, and yes, angling up the drill to take that one away. Axiom XL drops his first stock of the set, and Koopa does not go down quiet.
Finally a stock taken, but is it too little too late? These up airs just harassing and juggling Koopa, dealing all of this damage. One more electric will mean the end of the set. Got to be absolutely careful, but a good down throw. Not get too much off of it though.
Yeah, those slants actually messed Koopa up there. They're trying to go for a cannonball for some ground coverage. However, slant made it out. Yeah, there's an up air, a couple up airs actually. Hang on, man. Koopa fighting back here.
He is, but we're seeing a disparity in the punish game right now. Axiom really capitalizes so much on his hits, and Koopa getting a few 1-2s here and there. But aside from that one edge guard sequence that we saw, wasn't able to maintain that offensive momentum once he got those openings, and as a result, Axiom plowing through to make his way to winners finals.
Hey man, the XL in this tag is a big deal. He is a very big threat here, an extra large one at that. He will be contending with Unleashed in winners finals after we head through losers quarterfinals, which will be coming up next on stream. But man, until further notice, Axiom XL wins. Hang on, the production, the what? Okay, awesome. Yeah, head into it. But hey, let's take a quick moment to acknowledge our delivery partner of the Panda Cup Online series. Yes, it is Grubhub, here to deliver you your food at a moment's notice. Now, let's take a look at some of the deals they're offering us this month for all of our new dimers. Use code PANDA5 to receive $5 off of your first Grubhub order of $15 or more. And, you know, if you want some further guarantees that your food will be quality and it will be delivered to you when you need it, don't fret. The Grubhub guarantee has got your back. That means you'll get your food delivered on time at the lowest prices, guaranteed, or they'll make it right. On time, lowest prices, or they'll make it right. That's the Grubhub guarantee, baby.
Remember, there are only up to 100 redemptions for that weekly code. So if you want to get your $5 off your Grubhub, make sure that you act fast. Yes.
And also, you know, terms apply. Make sure that, you know, they are actually available within your region and all that stuff. But hey, thank you so much to Grubhub for helping support this big old circuit, this monumental happening in the Smash scene, the like of which has never been seen before. But before I get all sentimental and mushy, let's head into the next set here. We're heading back down into... Oh, are we? Oh, never mind. Sorry about that.
We're gonna be doing some ads before our next set. The next set, of course, is going to be one of our losers quarter sets, but make sure you don't go anywhere.
Chill. Grubhub delivers convenience items.
Grubhub delivers convenience items.
Grubhub delivers convenience items.
Grubhub delivers convenience items?
Welcome back, everybody, to the Panda Cup Northeast NA 4th qualifier for the Panda Cup circuit. Of course, I am Viram, and with me once again.
Hi, guys. I wasn't sure if you were going to introduce me or if you wanted me to.
I'm very much a throw it to my partner, caster kind of person. But of course, up next, we have the first losers quarters set here in this 4th and final Northeast qualifier, Ling versus Tito.
Yes, and these two have met a number of times, just once actually, at Encore Smash, which I believe is a local in New York. So Tito rocking the Palutena going against Ling, our first seed of the event. This time it will be in an online setting, so it's the first time that this happened between two of them, and it looks like they're already ready to get into it.
Yes, this is certainly a matchup we used to see a lot more back in like 2019. It was an incredibly regular matchup between these two characters. Not as often seen these days, but still, both these characters are incredibly strong, incredibly potent, so you have to be mindful of both of these characters.
Yeah, but it looks like the fundamentals right now are showing forward. Both players unwilling to give up any blind spots in their defense, and first blood will be drawn by Tito.
While both players just looking for an opportunity to get a meaningful opening.
Oh, excellent roll read there from Ling to get a raw forward air out of that. And they also float canceled it too, so that they got the full damage. The thing about Peach and Daisy in this game is that, if you short hop and full hop in this game, full hop aerials deal more damage. But if you float cancel and you are falling out of a float animation as Peach or Daisy, no matter if you short hop or full hop, you will do full hop damage.
These two just kind of scrapping back and forth, exchanging blows. Lovely catch with the dot eyes right there. They attempt to cover the ledge by Ling. Now Tito just working his back way to the center of the stage.
Yeah, Tito, a player who really likes to remain airborne a lot of the time. So they're trying to proc Ling's defenses wherever they can. Doing a good job of going blow for blow, but Ling still has the numbers advantage by a significant margin. However, there is rage on deck. Palutena is a character who is very well known for getting those kills. However, no tech situation is going to be giving Ling an opportunity to get him with that dash attack to take that first stock.
Feels like at the moment Tito is having a really hard time establishing his approaches. Ling's movement is working so well around them. Gets a nair here and there, but nothing too meaningful. Lovely use of the float right there to avoid the up air. But an excellent up smash to cover the air dodge. Tito answers back.
Not to be outdone, lingering smash attacks are some of the most devastating things in this game, and Tito using one to great effect there to snag beneath the ledge and Ling out of an air dodge. And against Unleashed, those air dodge habits were something that were very, very big for Ling. They got caught onto very early by Unleashed and allowed them to actually win the set.
Now, unfortunately, just a little bit too, not quite the right spacing to be able to get the punish.
And they're trying to hang out by the ledge, but a get up attack is going to be clearing the way for Tito. Not to be outdone. The Saibi comes in, the Daisy Bomber, and already trying to get an opener there. Has one, but Tito swung out disadvantage a little too hard. Ling in trouble. However, coming out of the corner with a combo of their own, catches a roll read out, gets a grab, and now they have control.
Yeah, it just took one solid sequence to completely reverse the situation from Ling. Just getting all that control.
Cross-ups on that shield too. Very, very effective out of the Daisy Bomber. Look for a jump.
Trying to go for a big hard read with the up smash right there. I like the choice from Tito simply to go for the simple get up attack, but the cross-ups coming out from Ling working so well against Tito's defense right now.
An effective usage of the F smash too, because it was the frying pan that was queued up, and you know, I feel like Tito could have lived if they had properly DI'd that. However, you know, with the tennis racket and with the golf club, they both send out. Frying pan sends up. It's a DI mix-up. If you hold in, you're going to lose your stock much sooner, and that's exactly what happened there. Ling goes up early with a 2-stock.
Yeah, very, very nice performance from Ling right there. I think the key thing for Tito right now is being more aware on defense, just making sure that he's able to acknowledge when Ling crosses up his shield, you know, when he can kind of just hold shield and just patiently wait for those openings. It feels like he's being a little bit too antsy with how he wants to get his punishes and how he wants to evade. At the moment, that is costing Tito.
Yeah, in a big way. You need to make sure that you don't give up any grounded options to Ling. All right, you know, if you get hit once with a turnip, it could result in a down tilt combo. And the most important things about those combos too, it's like, oh yeah, it's a lot of damage. You can take anywhere from 40 to 60, but positioning too. Because as you saw in that second stock, Ling was able to carry Tito from one ledge all the way off stage on the other.
Yeah.
So you got to be very, very smart about your defensive options in those situations as well.
The stage carry is so good. We're getting a pick to Lilat this time. Maybe to try and throw off the way that some of Peach's and Daisy's combos work, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see.
Yes, where you lose some of the ability to combo, like you mentioned, Viram, on slanty stages, what you gain, actually, is the ability to throw your turnips from center stage very, very safely because you have the slant, so they'll travel long.
A good air-to-air right there. This is exactly the position that Tito wants to be in, but the ledge roll, getting Ling the stage positioning.
Ling holding on to center like his beloved child. However, Tito is going to snatch that one out, forcing that thing into an orphan. But, you know, you got to be very careful not to lose much more.
There, right there. On the ledge jump. No, ooh, just a little bit too late on that up smash.
Trying to parry the one hit of the down air, but they're not going to result in anything. Oh, I love the catch on that up smash as well, though. Poking up very, very high, catching Ling trying to cross up over the top.
Is just kind of hovering around the center, looking for a meaningful hit. The slant on Lilat messing up how Ling most likely wanted to use that side B to get back onto the stage. Big dash attack, but not going to get the KO just yet.
You know, hugging that ledge, has the percentage lead, you know, recognizing that Ling has to come to him. However, if you pin yourself in the corner, you cannot be surprised whenever your opponent sends you off the stage very early. That rage helping out with that kill early.
Very important for Ling to get the stock now, and look at this. Only 28% even after the turnip, but still that's damage nonetheless. You will take every little piece you can.
Man, oh, excellent, excellent patience there from Tito. Ling was waiting for something, some whiff option that Tito was going to throw out. However, Tito just was patient and said, you're going to break first. Your shield's smaller than mine. Something's got to give here.
Once again, just Ling holding onto the center stage. Good call out from Tito to get that explosive flame. Finally takes that stock.
Oh, snipe?
Oh, no,
Can they make that back? No, unfortunate.
Wow. Excellent recognition from Ling right there to realize that Tito didn't have a jump and just go for those turnips. Oh, there we go. 53 already from Ling.
we've been seeing a lot of the stage being a detriment to Tito as well, you know. On paper, it feels like Ling might have a couple of disadvantages here, but it seems like they have a lot more experience on the stage than you would relatively and realistically expect.
Those grabs from Tito so far just not really working in their favor. There's been so many whiffs on the grab, big whiff from the explosive flame as well. Ling in complete control, finally gets a meaningful back throw to force Ling off stage. Can we see the capitalization on the edge guard? What on earth? That must have been a nair?
It was.
Float nair? I would love to get like some kind of like replay or run back of that particular moment, but I'm not sure if we'll be able to. But Ling up 2-0. No replays, that's unfortunate. That's okay. But wow, that was certainly a way to close a game coming out from Ling.
So what happened there is Tito was trying to go for a nair off stage. You know, a lingering hitbox against Peach, a character that floaty and, you know, in that position who has to go up. Not a bad idea on paper, but Ling, with perfect precision, recognized the moment Tito's hitbox was in range and beat out the disjoint using a nair of their own, hit the corner of the ledge, and no tech happened, so Tito got sent off the other way and lost their stock. That was incredibly brazen from Ling, but it resulted in them getting a stock.
Yeah, because that Palu Nair is not typically an option that is, you know, it's relatively difficult to beat that option outright. Or, well, it was a trade in that instance, but that trade is what allowed Ling to get the game right there. But even then, getting those trades, that Palu Nair is a really, really kind of dominating move. It's a move that kind of asserts its will on you. And so being able to get the trade there, excellent timing coming out from Ling.
Yeah, and that said, you know, we're not seeing too many of those nair streaks. That's the thing that keeps Palutena relevant in this meta. Getting those nair combos, which you can take from someone from 0 very easily up to like 40, 50, 60 even on good occasions. And Tito just hasn't really been going for it in a lot of instances.
Yeah, it's not even like he hasn't been hit. It's not even like they haven't been hitting the nairs, because those nairs have been an incredibly important part of how they've been getting that early damage to, you know, to beat Ling in the air-to-air exchanges. But that time it was shielded, and Ling managed to get 40% off of it.
Just holding the ground as best they can, and you know, I love Ling's aerial pressure in their mix-up game too. Obviously, Peach, you know, being in the air is a scary thing because they can float, they can, you know, land on top of you, whatever. But Ling's doing such a good job of just float canceling on the ground, baiting out defensive options, and punishing them accordingly.
Yeah, and just the range at which they're using that forward air as well has been really, really immaculate. So again, the grab whiffing, no punish this time, but Tito really has to be more careful with how they press the grab button.
And that up B button as well, missing the ledge and getting punished. Up throw comes in into the upper. That's going to be taking that stock away. And Ling has only sustained 19% on this first stock.
Yeah, this is looking really one-sided so far in the favor of Ling. Finally gets an opening, but not too much damage coming out from Tito.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2 music underscoring the events of this match. And, you know, counterattack playing perfectly encapsulates the tension that Tito is feeling right now. If they lose this next match, they are out of the tournament at 5th place. They definitely want to earn more points. They definitely want a chance to keep playing the game today.
Nice use of the down smash right there. Not going to cover the ledge with that neutral air, but still, again, this is just such a solid lead for Ling. What's going to be the edge guard attempt from Tito right here? Goes for the auto reticle, now trying to capitalize. Not going to get anything off the down tilt there.
Oh, excellent catch on the falling off stage, using the side beat to catch that turnip pull. Perfect usage there, and the turnip into the forward dash attack. Tito get a second win here, and starting to claw this one back.
Yeah, these are the sorts of hits that Tito needs. This time Ling challenging the explosive flame and not allowing Tito to get any breathing room off stage. Great use of the side special to completely reverse the situation.
There, almost confirmed into the turnip. However, Ling now has a combo of their own. Almost laps Tito in percent off of just one little interaction.
Yeah, very nice 40% to open things up.
After
And now
first...
that option is that explosive flame option has been presented, you see Ling being a lot more aware of it. You see the movement around that zone that could be threatened. Lovely patience from both players off stage. Again, now grabs are landing for Tito.
And top of what you were saying too, I feel like Tito recognizing that the move works means they're throwing it out a lot more too. Same with that Nair. We're seeing a lot more of both of those options now. And one of the reasons that Tito's actually still alive in this match.
Again, we're seeing the aggressive call-outs for that explosive flame because it was working before. Tito wants to keep using it, but Ling now adapting and calling it out. The back air going to seal the set for Ling. 3-0, advancing to loser semis.
Excellent set from both players there. Ling, perfect adaptation on all fronts. Tito did a very good job of keeping it close, showing some very significant signs of brilliance. But, you know, Tito is going to fall out at 5th place, but if I'm not mistaken, that should earn them the amount of points they need to qualify for the regional finale bracket at the start of November. So, hey, good stuff on their part.
Good stuff indeed. A great performance throughout this whole bracket. You know, 5th is no mean feat. It's a real tough time in a lot of these online brackets to make it this far, to make it into this top 8, and a good performance shown overall from Tito. Once again, Ling making it to loser semis. And on the other side of losers quarters, we will have Cooper 5969 versus King Curb 64. The namesakes coming through and being true.
Now, a very interesting thing to consider is that Koopa actually triumphed over King Curb 64 on their way to make it this far into bracket. King Curb has fought their way back very effectively. However, it looks like their 87% win rate over Bowser is somewhat lacking in this matchup. King Curb looking to guarantee themselves 5th place with a loss here, but I can imagine both these players want to go further.
That they do. And of course, you know, from the perspective of King Curb, you want to get that run back versus the person who beat you in winners, because especially now of all times, it will mean so much more being able to continue your life through the bracket. Meanwhile, you eliminate the person who knocked you down there in the first place. Kirby versus Bowser.
This will be an interesting one too. You know, Kirby, if they struggle with two things, it's characters with high mobility and also disjoints. Bowser's got forward air and one of the fastest ground speeds in the entire game. A very good command grab. Frame 6 in case King Curb gets a little bit too comfortable shielded.
I said though, you know, Kirby is one of those characters where, of course, very small, sometimes a bit difficult to hit. So if you're able, as the Kirby, to effectively move into specific ranges where you can then effectively whiff punish your opponent, you can get a lot of damage, and Kirby has a lot of firepower. You know, even as a big body character with a lot of weight behind, those smashes are going to be taking your stock, that forward smash in particular, around 120-ish if you're not careful. So it's really going to be a game of, I think, of cat and mouse between these two.
Yeah. So King Curb has yet to enter the ring. However, it seems like Koopa is very ready to get into this, you know, and they're not scared to lick. They already beat King Curb today. King Curb probably shaking in their boots right now, realizing that they have to play the person who knocked them into losers bracket in the first place. So what will they do to possibly triumph this time? That's the question.
Well, arriving to the arena is the first thing. There they go.
So, what does Kirby have in this matchup, though? We've already talked about some of the problems that they have. You know, Bowser's mobility and his decent, you know, combo game, his good disjoints are among the issues he has. But you know, Kirby can very effectively edgeguard Bowser. I think their down air will end up trading with the up B. So, King Curb has a number of situations where they force King Koopa off stage. They can capitalize in a big way, I think.
That they can, of course, mentioned before, just the combo game that Kirby has on Bowser. If he's able to weasel his way in, you know, Kirby has a lot of great low percent combos that deal a ton of damage, making use of that up tilt into like the down air, the various other aerial attacks that Kirby has, the forward air as well. Just a lot of ways to rack up a ton of meaningful damage once he gets in. It's just a matter of, can he actually get in?
Well, that is going to be the big issue, my friend. But once Kirby does get in, they have an excellent amount of combos as well. Forward throw into forward air, for instance, is a very good combo starter. You have a kill throw and that up throw against Bowser will probably be happening closer to 170% if you snag a top platform, maybe. So it's going to be difficult to land that one. But again, I think the offstage game is where this battle's going to be won and lost for both these players.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, both players are in the ring. I'm imagining we're going to start off on a Pokemon Stadium or something similar. However, we are not starting off on the Bowser. It's going to be the Ludwig coming back into play here.
Very, very interesting to choose a different character despite having won the previous set with another character. But we'll have to wait and see how this pans out for Koopa. Maybe feeling that in the previous set it was getting a little bit too close for comfort with the Bowser. Maybe felt like King Herb was adapting in various ways. So wants to switch things up.
I mean, it definitely looks that way. It seems like Kirby is doing its work. However, Koopa still with a good lead. And it seems like the disjoints this time are a little bit more heinous. I mean, look at these uppers, these throws, these drills. We're seeing a lot of those end up landing in Koopa's lap and giving him quite a lot of mileage here.
Big shield damage coming out from that cannonball. Not the best projectile out there, but it definitely has its uses. Good combo coming out from King Herb, but the forward smash just calling out the approach hard. First off, going to 5-9-6-9.
Yeah, those random fade back F smashes, Verum, have been the thing to keep King Koopa's gameplay very fresh and interesting, allow him to get a lot of kills. That's actually what allowed them to get their first stock over Axiom XL when they played in Winter's Side.
It was.
Excellent placement on that Mecha Koopa too, catching King Herb on the way down. Right now, oh, yep, the smash, or the little catch below the ledge, getting some up air strings. However, I would like to see a little bit more up airs. You know, they're only stopping at one. You can definitely go for a lot more of your positions correct.
I think it might be just the concern that Kirby is such a floaty character. And look at this opening combo, 0 to 62. Managed to get back to stage, but suddenly now King Herb in the lead.
If anyone has said anything about Ultimate, and the thing that needs to be remembered is that this is a game of 0 to 60s. Pretty much every character in the roster has one. And Kirby right there, King Herb at the helm, definitely able to do that.
A lot of pretty substantial hits whiffing for Koopa right now. Just missing a lot of key hits, and the stone off stage able to catch Koopa trying to recover. King Herb now with the lead. There's that forward throw. We're going to see a big chunk of damage into the downer. Good DI coming out from Koopa.
Right, but caught holding in on that ejection there from Koopa. Man, this is going to be really confusing with King Herb and King Koopa, but it's just Koopa, you know?
Yep,
But doing a good job of weaving around, throwing out the projectiles. Kirby kind of struggles with projectiles as well. Very stubby character who definitely needs to get in order to deal the most substantial damage they can.
Ooh, just about evades that forward smash with that forward air right there. Now they're going to send him up, but not going to get the KO just yet.
Wait, falls to the platform, not going to go for anything. That shield from King Herb a little bit too much. And Koopa's going to be dissuaded from attacking.
Right, big back air coming out. Relatively small lead now, definitely not insurmountable for Koopa, especially if you're able to get those off-air strings going.
Right, but again, they keep stopping at only one, but they're going for more on that platform. Up tilt string now, starting from King Herb, going down with the cutter. A lot of cutters coming out.
Yeah, this final cutter has been quite liberally used from King Herb so far. I think it's simply because they've acknowledged that Koopa isn't dealing with it all that well, you know. Just using it to apply this reasonably safe pressure, goes for the cart.
Worth mentioning that cart does have super armor if you connect with the cart. But if you connect with the baby that's in the cart, the Koopaling, you will knock them out of it, and that move will not be allowed to continue much further. Attempt at a Panda with those projectiles too, but King Herb going to be a little bit too safe and too defensive to allow that to result in anything tumultuous.
Very risky on that up B to the stage right there from King Herb. Maybe using this up B a little bit too liberally now. Every time you use it, you are giving Koopa that little bit of extra information to potentially have the counterplay ready for it.
Yes, but this is a very high percent Koopa. However, this means they do have max rage. So if they get a good confirm here, it's a lightweight character like Kirby, and here comes the down throw. Not going to go for the up throw. Probably wouldn't kill just yet. Bowser Jr. is a 108 weight class character. They're very heavy.
Yeah, the up throw will probably get the KO now, but as will the back air King Curb just about able to get that KO, just about able to steal that game 1.
Despite falling out of loser's bracket, or excuse me, into loser's bracket at the hands of Koopa, not taking a single win, finally they got it.
Right, now, this begs the question, is Koopa going to stay on the Bowser Jr., or are we going to see the Bowser that was able to emerge victorious in the winner's side of bracket?
Well, that remains to be seen. I think the Bowser Jr. did do its work. Just from my perspective, watching all of the characters that Koopa plays, I definitely feel like the Bowser Jr. it might be their strongest one, their best option. But hey, whoever they want to play, that's up to them. Obviously, the Bowser did win winner's side, as we have alluded to a number of times, Viram, so not the worst option in the world.
Not at all, not at all. Also going to have to see the stage pick between these two players as well.
Yeah. However, I don't really think there's too many stages that Koopa wants to go to that Kirby doesn't also want to go to. The only one that really sticks out to me is probably just Town and City. I feel like Town City is good for all of Koopa's characters, but Kirby might struggle a little bit there just because they die off the side so early. And Kirby does not have a lot of kills off the side in terms of their edge guarding. But, dash attack they have forward smash. But, I mean, they have the stone, which means the higher ceiling is going to be pretty difficult for them to work around as well. But we will see who the character switch or the stage switch will be.
Right, sticking it out with the Ludwig.
Skin switch, actually, for King Curve here. Okay. Maybe didn't switch to the correct stage or the correct character. Interesting. Might just be trying to ice King Curve a little bit. Okay, they are switching to the Bowser.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Good to know.
So ready in terms of the stage selection that they forgot to change the character as well, most likely.
Also, shout outs to going the Green Bowser. Reminds me of my good friend Nin James, who's currently on mission, not able to play the game anymore. Hope you're doing well, my friend. But I hope Koopa does well on this pick as well. And it seems like we are adopting the Axiom XL strategy of just platform camping with Bowser.
With the Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story final boss music as well.
I'm so glad you recognize it. That is one of my favorite games. And, it makes sense. I feel like Koopa definitely had this stage selection, and they picked the music as well. So since that inhale got released, looking for the, yep, footstool, there it is.
Oh my goodness.
Technically a 0 to death. Actually, no, technically not a 0 to death because of the trade they had on the initial inhale.
That is not what you'd expect to see here in top 8 of a bracket like this, but every now and then the casual tricks have to come out to play.
Dude, King Curb had nothing in that first stock until they got the inhale. And then they just comboed Koopa all the way up to death percent.
Wow, what a dominant stock right there. Even not landing on the platform, Koopa able to get that stock, but is it too little too late in this game?
It's never
stock
too
lead.
late.
That's true. This is a chaotic game of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Comebacks can happen from all over the place. Oh, I like the use of the late hit of the up smash there. Not able to get a follow-up afterwards, but that whiffed Flame Breath is going to lead to a lot of damage.
Yeah, Bowser being the way he is allows him to live much longer, but you do have to pay the heavy tax, which means you do get combos a lot more. Look at these drill combos into the up tilt. King Curb, very, very good in that position. Catches the up smash on that platform too, and even a heavyweight like Bowser can't survive. King Curb, after a very, very rough first stock, is able to come back. Just a little bit of momentum. The one spark they needed, they got, and they took it all the way home.
Yeah, Cooper at the end was really struggling to get off of that platform, and just King Curb just going wild with that up smash, just letting it rip and just waiting for it to eventually get that hit, knowing that, he had a lot of room to work with, full stock lead, plenty to play with right there. But wow, I just think the tone of that game was completely set by that first stock. It was just
Oh, absolutely.
all in Koopa's court, and then suddenly the Kirby side into the footstool comes out. Well, not even the Kirby side. The inhale into the footstool comes out, and you know that's something that really kind of damages your mental. So let's hope that if that has been the case, let's hope that Koopa is able to find their composure going into this game 3.
Yeah, and there's one thing. If there's one thing I want to point out for Koopa, it's that there is such a thing as too much patience. A lot of platform camping with a character like Bowser, who's supposed to be aggressive and supposed to be dictating the tempo of the match, you know, in the other direction. The second you give yourself up and you take one hit, you lose everything you worked for by camping. And now you find yourself in a situation where you're desperately trying to fight your way back into the match, and now you're just playing into your opponent's hand. So you need to find a common middle ground, I think.
Yeah, that's always a very difficult thing that's often understated about going for those platform camping strategies. It's just the fact that, as you mentioned, if you go wrong, it can spiral out of control rather quickly, and adhering to that game plan, having the discipline to just stay committed to that platform camping game plan the entire time is genuinely quite hard, and it's why you don't see it committed to throughout entire 7-minute games here in this game of Smash Ultimate. But we're going back to see Bowser Jr. the Ludwig, yes.
I was gonna say in Melee though, you do see it happen quite frequently. However, we are going into game number 3. Like you were saying, Viram, we got some King of Fighters music going on in the background here, and it is going to be back on the Ludwig on small battlefield.
Good air-to-air. That's kind of one of the things that one generally needs to do against Kirby is you don't want to deal with him on the ground. You don't want to let him do his aerials on your shield because they're very, very safe. Rather, you kind of want to meet him in the air. Just air-to-air him because, you know, obviously doesn't have the longest range on those normals, doesn't have the best air mobility, and so meeting him in mid-air can be very, very rewarding.
Absolutely, especially with a character as meaty hitboxes as Koopa has. You know, you got the up airs, you got the forward air back air, then you have multiple hitboxes. Not the forward air, no, not the back air, but you have that drill as well, which is disjointed, and it was used to great effect in game 1, and excellent usage of forcing King Curve off stage, waiting for the early up B to come out, and then capitalizing on it with a fast down. That down smash, I believe, is frame 10 or 12. It's one of the two.
Either way, it is incredibly powerful as a down smash. Tries to catch him again. King Curve a little bit too overzealous, a little bit too hungry for this KO right now, being very, very aggressive and getting caught out as a result.
Yes, also I just looked it up, it is frame 12 on that down smash.
All right.
Very fast for a smash attack that strong. Oh no!
Oh, the lingering hit of the Nair, not popping the Koopaling back into their cart, and as a result, that's going to be death.
And something worth mentioning on that up B as well, Viram, is that Koopa could have air dodged it, and they could have, you know, potentially moved past that. However, if they did that, they might not have snapped the ledge. So, you know, I definitely think they were kind of in a checkmate scenario there from King Curve.
Yeah, definitely a difficult situation. Probably catching the Mecha Koopa.
Yeah, you can't directional air dodge. Thank you for the correction for that. Good usage of the cannonballs there to clear the way too. And yep, those angles make it difficult. It has to expend all of the jumps with the air dodge. It's going to allow King Curve to get back on stage. A nice up air into the final cutter.
Kirby's so small, going underneath that side special right there, charging the hammer, not going to find its mark though. Now looking real tough for King Curb right now. I believe a forward throw at the ledge from Koopa will get the KO as well as a jab. That's something you have to be very weary of, but that powerful up smash snatching that lead away in a matter of moments. Trying to get that cheesy way to finish this set potentially.
Fortunately though for Koopa, they still had iframes, and yep, not even needing the spin out on that side B to take the stock away. Excellent stuff from Koopa. It is an even game here. If King Curb wins this, they will advance to the loser semifinals where they will have a date with Ling. However, if Koopa should win, we're going to a game 4. The rest of the set, King Curb has counter-pick advantage.
Pulls away from the jab, not going to get punished as a result.
Oh, great pick up there with the landing hitbox of the drill.
Nice parry, but not going to get too much off of the punish as a result. Goes for the upbeat again.
King Curb's SDI was very, very good. Did not get hit by the second hit of either of those upbeats.
Coming around, definitely didn't want to do that. Gotta be careful where you place those cannonballs. Oh, does get the punish on the tech, or on the get up.
Right. Oh, F tilt. King Koopa has to recover. Okay, does so. A nice early recovery to avoid the stone. But the dash attack to catch a roll out is going to seal the deal here. King Curb 64 with a big dub, a 3-0 victory over our man Koopa. But an excellent run from our 30th seed today. A Cinderella run, which I believe with getting that position in the bracket will guarantee them a slot in our last chance, or excuse me, our regional finale bracket.
Yes, that it will. And of course, as we mentioned before, King Curb able to exact their revenge on Koopa. Of course, Koopa the one who knocked them into the loser side of bracket, but now King Curb able to get that elimination and advance to play against Ling in the losers semi-final. But up next, I believe we're going to be having going back to the winner side of things. Correct me if I'm wrong, production.
Yep, you are correct.
Yes. Winners side, winners finals, Unleashed with the Sora versus Axiom XL with the Kazuya.
And that's a big one. That's one I'm very, very excited for. But before, oh, okay. Never mind. We're just gonna pull it up right now.
Wow, that is a lifetime record.
These two play a little bit, and Axiom XL definitely more so on the winning end of it. But they have had some very, very close scrapes together. Target Test 3, a 3-2 victory for Axiom XL. But man, this is not a very favorable lifetime set count between these two.
Not at all, but
Excellent.
hey, you know, they have the latest. But aside from that, of course, we have more Grubhub goodness to share with you guys. Once again, make sure to use the code PANDA5 to get $5 off of your first order at Grubhub if you spend $15 or more.
Yep. Make sure that you are within a region where it's available, and you will have your order delivered to you on time and at the lowest prices guaranteed, or Grubhub will make it right. On time, lowest prices, or they'll make it right. That's the Grubhub guarantee, baby. And if you have a late order, or if you find a lower price anywhere else, Grubhub will reimburse you the difference, and you'll get $5 off of your next order. So head on over there today. Terms apply, but Grubhub got you if you're feeling a little bit hungry today, this afternoon. However, before we get winners finals, I actually need some time to go order some Grubhub. So, in the meantime, while I go do that, why don't you guys take a look at some of the cool stuff that Panda's cooking up real quick.
Chill. Grubhub delivers convenience items.
Grubhub delivers convenience items.
Grubhub delivers convenience items.
Grubhub delivers convenience items?
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Northeast NA qualifiers here, the fourth one and the final one before our regional finale. I'm Laird. Down here below me is my good man, Vero. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, thank you very much. Ready here for winners finals between Axiom and Unleashed. Probably going to see the Sora versus the Kazuya, but these two have played different characters against each other at different points during their lifetime sets. We saw before, of course, 23-3 in Axiom's favor, but Unleashed did get the latest though.
23-3. That's Undertaker's WrestleMania set count, if I'm not mistaken. Hang on, I need to look this up now. For any of you wrestling fans, you know what I'm talking about. But I mean, that's still a tremendous lead in the set count between these two all time. But Unleashed playing pretty hot today. Got a good win over the first seed, Ling. And they are also the #1 point earner in the entire series. But this is Axiom XL we're talking about. This is the scariest Kazuya player in the United States, if you want my opinion.
I can definitely see it. Constantly, he's definitely been doing a ton of work as of late, as we mentioned before. That Shine run was incredible coming out from Axiom, and honestly, I would say Axiom is probably the favorite to take this entire tournament overall. He has just been absolutely on fire, if that previous set was anything to go by.
Yeah. Also, folks, I was definitely incorrect about the Undertaker's win-loss record. He's only lost 2 matches. All right, and he's 125. So I was a bit off on that one. But, so we're going to go into this thing here. Winners finals. Winner of this has a bit of a buffer barrier if they should make it into grand finals winner's side. So they have 2 sets there, and that makes the tournament much easier to win. Starting off here in Pokemon Stadium 2, Sora versus the Kazuya. No surprise there, Vero.
None whatsoever. Oh, the whiff on that that forward tilt, I believe, is going to lead to a big chunk of damage. 84% already.
Dude, I love watching Kazuya play. This dude is, he's a character who can do unfair amounts of damage to you very, very quickly. But unlike Steve, he's just really fun to watch.
Yeah, just watching the character get really up in your face, just using those classic Tekken moves that we've seen for so long. But the first block going to Unleashed. Excellent up smash right there.
That's what I'm saying, man. Another thing about Unleashed, his anti-air game is incredibly good. But Sora, a very light character, and Axiom XL is going to tie up the stock count to a piece. But Unleashed spawns already getting 27% onto Axiom XL. However, this percentage can be made up in, well, actually 1 hit.
Wow, critical air dodge right there from Unleashed just to get away from that neutral air. Didn't want to deal with that potential spike. Lovely up B to relieve the pressure.
And he's going to go low. Oh, unfortunately, the up B does not peak above the ledge. Unleashed was looking for one of those other patented counters. He goes for, oh, that should be dead. Yes.
Straight into the Dragon Uppercut, I believe. And now, Unleashed down to his last stock of this game.
But we do see some similar air coverage from Unleashed coming out, very akin to what they were doing against Ling earlier. And Axiom XL is actually going to opt for the weaker variant of the Rage Art. However, it does its work as a combo out of it for 70%. Axiom XL thriving right now.
Superb DI coming out from Axiom XL versus that up B. Still alive on this 137%. You don't want Kazuya Mishima to continue building that rage. Good stuff to Unleash for taking that stock.
Right, but is it too little, too late? That has been a question we've asked ourselves a number of times today. Anyone can bring this back. It is Unleashed, however. He is against Kazuya. 1 opening, and it's probably the stock.
Oh, good DI away from Unleashed. Axiom not ready to go off stage to chase right there. But the flashy tornado, is that no? Good DI once again.
Oh, but there's the uppy off stage from Axiom XL. A little bit below the stage too, and that's gonna take the stock off the top. Excellent play there from Axiom.
Yeah, honestly, good stuff to both players. There were a lot of incredibly good plays from either side, and even though Unleashed did lose that game, there's definitely signs of fight and life shown throughout that entire game. So I think we could potentially get quite a back and forth set between these two. It's not exactly out of the realm of possibility. It has been done before. It's really going to depend on how both players are playing their form in this set.
Yeah. Also, I'm very happy that you called back tilt flash tornado because you were actually the one who was correct there. I've been calling it tsunami kick for the longest time.
Tsunami kick, I believe, is the axe kick. I think it's not the one that reflects projectiles. It's
no. It's his down forward tilt, I think. It's just the first hit of it. Or no, it's the second hit of it. Yeah, it's the 2-piece.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. But anyway, folks, we are going into game number 2 here. Interesting and very, very cool names from moves aside. Axiom XL, it's all business, which is why he is all dappered up right there in that silver suit.
That's the first electric, gets the tech chase into a quick flash tornado, only 46. Saying only 46. That's just a testament to how much damage this character can do, how much we expect him to do.
46 off of one combo is insanely good for like any other character. And then you look at Kazuya. Meanwhile, that's just Tuesday for him. Like that his underperforming there.
Yeah. Tries to go for the edge guard with the down air right there. Goes high for the recovery. Wow, what a trade right there. The Blizzaga with, I think, with the grab. Oh, and the Heaven's Door is open and Unleashed. First stock has been closed. Axiom taking that first stock.
Doing his best to weave around these swords, too. Hanging out into this life for a good amount of time. And Axiom XL wisely going low instead of opting to go up further, and uses the float on the laser to avoid the Thundaga, which was excellent, insanely good coverage from Unleashed. Still has the Rage Run, too.
Yep, we're probably going to see it coming out soon. I think Axiom is the type that wants to just make use of it before it disappears.
Alright, and it does have a limited window through which you can use it. It will go away if you cross a certain percent threshold, too.
Yep. If you cross a certain percent threshold, or if you whiff too many of the initiators for that Rage Drive. That would be the grab, the down B, or I believe the command grab as well.
Right, and another fact about that move too that some people might not be aware of, you do actually get a 1.1% increase to your power whenever, or sorry, a 1.1 times increase to your power whenever you have Rage Art active but don't use it. So I think Unleashed was trying to look for an opener, or excuse me, Axiom was looking for an opener there to try to capitalize on that. However, Unleashed did a very good job of side out through that onslaught that Axiom XL was putting.
Yeah, excellent stuff to Unleash, not allowing that percentage to build up too much, but again, just so much damage coming out from each of Kazuya's hits. 103 already, but here's the offstage scenario.
Yep. Oh, falling forward air into that Faraga, actually switching it up there. Axe kick at the ledge. Okay, looking for more. However, a grab forces Axiom off stage. Unleashed doing his best to cover the ground. Does a very good job of doing so. However, yes, all it takes is one electric wind god fist into that up B for the stock.
That time ready for the DI away was Axiom XL. Made sure to run forward in order to secure that up B. Now one stock away from potentially sealing out this game too. Lovely use of the down air to come down. Let's read the roll in. Unleashed a little bit too antsy right now to hard call out certain options from Axiom, knowing this deficit. Gotta make sure to remain disciplined.
The rivalry between these two players remains clear, Viram. Both these guys have a tumultuous set history against each other. And the little micro interactions that they have, the little mind games, the little ideas, the little confirms that Axiom XL just hit. Very, very obvious. They play against each other a lot and have an immense amount of history.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah, it's definitely gotten to that point with these two players where they're not so much playing the character matchup. Well, they are, of course, as you are always, but it's very much a player matchup thing right now. You know, being able to adapt to specific habits from your opponent because you've played them so much in so many different tournament sets. 26, this is now the 27th set that these two have played against each other. You know, you're going to know the ins and outs of each other's play styles above all else.
Right. But we're going into game 3 here. I'm going to see what the stage pick is. We're running it right back to small battlefield. If you can't win here, you can't win anywhere in the mind of Unleashed. Right now, they are at a 2-0 deficit. If they win this, it's going to be 2-1, and they're going to have to deal with whatever stages Axiom XL wants to pick. That Unleashed doesn't ban first.
use of the mid-range Fire Raga. Again, we're seeing that a lot from Unleashed across all of these sets, making really good use of the Fire Raga into the grab.
Oh man, excellent
Electric.
spot dodge there. Oh,
Doesn't get the combo into the electric that time. The down smash, what an angle. Sending Axiom all the way down. No double jump off stage,
Nice.
and a perfect time to capitalize. Good stuff to Unleash, taking that first stock.
yeah, Axiom XL got a little bit antsy to recover there, so they used their double jump early, but got caught out by the Faraga. A parry on the electric Wind God Fist, and that's an excellent way to counteract that move. I don't really see people go for that too often.
Yeah, normally, of course, that electric, you can't shield it. Well, you shield it and you just kind of get pushed back out of shield rather than being in regular shield stun. But if you parry it, it's like parrying a normal move. And now a full stock lead coming out from Unleashed. Definitely in control this game, but this is Kazuya Mishima. One solid hit can lead to another. One electric will lead to the stock. Doesn't get the punish there on the up smash.
He was looking for the command grab there too, misspaced it, which allowed Unleashed to come out and use those disjoints and spells to great effect. However, still holding on to this first stock, there is Rage Drive on deck. And if Axiom XL wants to use it here, it will guarantee to take the stock away. However, I think he's going to want to save it as much as possible, relying on some of Kazu's other kill options. However, nope, he's going to hop down in his face, gets through the Blizzaga, takes the stock away. Nothing too fancy.
And this is not a lead. Ooh, good DI on the down throw to avoid that electric. That would have been very, very bad if that had been connected.
I'm more surprised that Axiom XL just grabbed him out of the up B, man. That was quite potent.
Good recovery from Axiom, making use of all of his options. Goes for the up throw just to maximize that damage, knowing that he can combo off the down throw in that position.
Right, but a nice counter from Unleashed is going to keep him alive and actually avoid the hit from the Nuclear B laser. Thundaga going to catch him high. Does Axiom XL have a jump? He has an uppie at least, that's going to allow him to make his way back on stage. 150%, nearly at max rage, Vero.
This is an even game.
Definitely.
This is an even game, lads.
Oh no!
This is no longer an even game, and who just thought to get the first stock there would be Axiom, well, the second stock technically. My goodness, that KO'd early with all that rage.
Oh, and I love the jump cancel with okay.
Yeah,
Love the jump
that is
cancel
jump.
into the air dodge to mix up recovery a little bit there. Oh, there's a falling forward air into more. Oh my gosh! Flash tornado out of that full send combo. Excellent play. Electric Wind God Fist too.
Yep, one more electric will be the end of this game and the end of this set. Even getting that KO right here, you're in a bad spot versus Kazuya. The damage coming up, even from that up B by itself, is so massive.
While it's not a linear recovery, Kazuya does have one that is very vertically inclined. If you can catch him without a jump off stage like we saw earlier, Unleashed can very easily get back into this battle. Reflection coming out onto the Faraga is going to knock him away a little bit. Trying to keep him pinned in the corner, Axiom XL having a hard time taking center back.
Using the Devil Blaster just to keep... Oh, but what a catch! Heaven's Door once again has opened and closed for Axiom XL, sealing his bracket, sealing his way into the winner's side of Grand Finals.
A 3-0 victory for Axiom XL. I don't believe Axiom XL has dropped a single game all bracket. And no, actually, they've only dropped one. It was to FG Susanoo on the hero because Axiom XL wanted to get some practice in with the Wario.
Yeah, Wario was, I believe, Axiom's original character in Ultimate, obviously prior to Kazuya coming out. Definitely did a lot of work with that character as well. Go on.
Actually, no. FGC Susanoo on the hero took away game 2 in that set off of the Kazuya, which is why Axiom XL switched into the Wario to win.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Actually, very good usage of a counterpick there in pools.
Very, very nice indeed, but it sounds like we are getting the players for our next set readying themselves into the room. We have King Curb 64 coming fresh off his victory versus Cooper. Meanwhile, on the other side, Ling, a player who needs no introduction here in a Northeast NA bracket.
Yes, and the number 1 seed of our event today as well has not met King Curb 64 a single time yet. So that remains to be seen if King Curb will actually be able to take a win here. But Ling was looking very, very good today, actually, when they played earlier. They went to a very, very close nail-biter set against Unleashed. And now that Unleashed is in loser's bracket, in loser's finals, Ling has one match separating him away from revenge.
That he does. And this would be a huge upset if King Curb is able to take this. I believe the upset factor there was +7. So if he's able to take this and advance versus Unleashed, that would be quite the statement to make here in this bracket. But I know a player of Ling's caliber definitely wants to at least try his best to make it to that run back opportunity versus Unleashed.
Right, one where he has a very, very good chance to win, but Ling right now ready to play, probably has a good amount of experience versus Kirby. Okay, well, we're going DDD. We're getting the canon matchup, and it is worth mentioning that 2 sets ago for King Curb 64, they actually had to play against a DDD in the user side. That was against Jays, and they won 3-0. So they are very warmed up to the matchup.
I have never, ever seen this. I've never seen Ling off of the Peach and Daisy, let alone on a character like King Dedede.
Well, surprise, here it is. And already a little worse for wear, but trying to get to work immediately here. King Curb doing a good amount of damage to start things off here.
Right, that gap closing very, very quickly. Ooh, Ling going, not landing on the stage right there.
Yeah, falls a little bit too far away. I like that. The final cutter into the up smash because DDD is so heavy, but Gordo back air will not kill either. Excellent DI, but the flavor of Gordo is good.
Yeah, and I love the position in which that Gordo was used off of the magnifying glass, making it very ambiguous to see where and when that Gordo was coming from. And that just led from one thing to another. Now the momentum all in Ling's favor.
Ling just likes little dudes with eyeballs, man. You know, inanimate objects that are alive that really shouldn't be. This is an iron ball with eyeballs. He's got turnips on the peach. You know, has a chance to pull Mr. Saturn every now and then too. Bombs, also.
Yep. We haven't seen any of those, but can definitely come out. I have a feeling at least one of those will happen
no.
if we. Ling just more than happy to just kind of play in this corner, play at the ledge here.
Falling down with him there on top of it too. Ling still not out of his stock, and you know what? Finally losing one to a quarter at about 170%. Not a surprise, despite the fact that DDD is tied for the second heaviest character in the game, alongside King K. Rool.
Yeah, King DDD exceptionally heavy, and that back air exceptionally brutal, giving Ling an entire stock lead.
That's a move that looks incredibly satisfying to hit. You know, the sound design on it, the way he pulls back in the air, the way the move swings out, it feels really strong. It does 20% per hit. It's a very good thing to close out stun.
Yeah. Mighty move is that back air.
Counter spike, he's not going to go for a second window. He's trying to go for a stage spike with the back air too. Maybe just some damage, but double nair into the up air. Very good connection with Ling.
A cute little exchange of inhales between these two characters. Oh, that big F smash!
Will not sweet spot.
Yeah, fortunate for King Curb right there that wasn't the sweet spot hit. That would have absolutely annihilated that stock if it was.
Yeah, that F smash actually is, I believe, the strongest one in the game. You know, maybe with Kazuya's and Empire Mythos edition, not quite in that same stature, but on launch, definitely the one with the most knockback in the whole game. Can Kirby make that back? No, can't. And Ling tries to go for seconds.
Yeah, that forward smash, it's either that one or Snake's, I think were two of the most powerful on launch smash attacks. Since then, of course, there have been others added to the game that are exceptionally powerful. That Kazuya F smash doing, I believe, the most damage of all of them at like base 26 on its sweet spot, which translate to, I want to say, like 32 or 33 in 1v1s if it's fresh. It's absolutely nuts.
Right, and then on top of everything, you got to keep in mind that Shulk has the access to Minato arts, so like their F smash will do a lot, especially if you're a buster. It'll knock back really far if you have smash active. So, just shenanigans to talk about. But in terms of
once we start getting into those modifiers, you know, you got to consider someone like Lucario as well. You got to consider Hero with Psych Up and Oomph. You open up a whole can of worms there, but
you want to talk vanilla?
Yes,
just got raw power.
Indeed. All right, so Ling most likely, or well, really definitely going to stick to that DDD. That was a real surprise, honestly. We're just getting a color change from King Curb. I believe he's a big fan of the greens.
I am too. I love this. I love this color. Oh yeah, Shine DDD. Yeah, actually, yeah.
yeah.
You know, look at that. He does have the, you know, a little bit of a homage to Melee on his little drapery.
Okay.
I guess they're just trying to test the connection. I don't know. Ling Ling confuses me, but King Curb not confused, still ready to go swinging.
King Curb willing to wait at that range so they can just react and use the final cutter to send those quarters back. We've seen that time and time again.
Do you watch much baseball, Vera?
I do not. It's not really a thing here in the UK.
It's cricket? Because this is pretty similar to what we're watching.
Yep. I mean, I know the basics of the sport, but...
We can say tennis because it's allowed to bounce, you know?
True, true. This final
I don't know what to think of
used a lot.
Yeah, this match has just been kind of, you know, back and forth of, you know, is the Gordo going to hit? Is it not going to hit? Ling not been going for too many mix-ups. When they do, you know, they are very much felt like a dash-up grab, and the catch out of the shield with the forward air there on that platform. This is Town and City, by the way, too, Vera. So those horizontal blast zones very, very close to the edge of the stage.
Yeah. Nice and simple, the net to the up tilt. That's gonna no punish on that dash attack, not ready for the cross up. And King Curb has been using that up B a lot to get out of these weird pressure situations. Probably gonna use it again soon. The dash attack sending Ling off stage.
Good play there, going a little too deep. Nice usage of the slow Gordo to bounce over top of the final cutter projectile and land on top of King Curb. Excellent play. Not gonna kill just yet, but he's going deep for everything here, and he's gonna miss it just barely. Excellent avoidance from King Curb.
Oh, but the double up tilt ready for the second roll, and a 3-1 stock lead for Ling right now. This is looking real tough for King Curb right now.
I'm interested to ask Ling as to why he decided to go for this pick. Maybe he's just taking a break, you know, taking some of the edge off before the next bracket. But man, I'm sorry, he's not sandbagging. I'll put it that way.
That was a crushing second game. Through all those final cutter shenanigans, Ling was finally able to find that one where he was able to just about get over, get that forward air, and that led to that sequence going into that down air right there.
Well now, you know, this Ling DDD that neither of us knew existed prior to this bracket, you know, I don't know how many winning matchups DDD has against characters that Peach and Daisy struggle with, but could be a very reliable counter pick, or at least just a deep meta pick that not a lot of people have excellent experience against later on, because this thing looks very, very well polished.
Yeah, it's honestly very surprising at how good it is. I mean, seeing a character like this, I'm almost curious to see what other potential characters that Ling could have in the back pockets, but for now we're just going to be seeing this King DD. I'm certain if Ling is able to prevail in this set, we'll probably go back to the Peach/Daisy, but this DDD certainly doing work.
Definitely, man. I am excited. Okay, so there's a fun fact in chat from, not the Twitch chat, in our little chat here, our production, from our stream runner. Fun fact, Ling has more games on DDD than he does Daisy.
Wow.
That is a fun fact, actually. He's been playing Daisy, like, solo maining for a long time.
That's crazy. Well, I guess most of the Paisy games would be primarily on Peach. I guess 95% of them would probably be on Peach, and then the other be on Daisy.
Smash 4? Okay.
Oh, Smash 4 DDD. That's true. Smash 4 DDD was a character.
Indeed, he was.
Yeah,
So,
the good king has been struggling for a while.
May he reign for a long time. I definitely messed that up. Long may he reign. Alright, I'll say that. I'm trying to pull up Ling's tournament data here on the Stat Data app, which you guys can all go look up on the internet if you guys want some more insight into some of these matchups. But We are going to be sticking with the DDD, another skin swap from King Curb 64. But we're going to be getting right back into this thing here. Pokemon Stadium 2 is the run backstage. So I'm taking a look here at the tournament data from Ling, and they posted a very good run at Shine 2022. Got 17th out of 446 players. Now for a match in your home region, pretty good stuff. Got some wins on Dark Wizzy, Kiwi, John Numbers, only falling to actually Yanni as well, only falling to Yossi and Doorstop.
Wow, definitely some very impressive wins on that run.
Yeah, but
the air dodge! Wow. Unfortunate for King Curb.
Oh, you hate to see it, but that is a big deal for Ling. That gives them the lead early.
Yeah, again, just now sniping out these final cutters that King Curb has been using so liberally with that forward air, that high forward air.
They use it liberally against Ling. They use it liberally also against Koopa a little bit earlier as well. Seems to be one of their favorite panic options. However, Ling has firmly caught onto it. Forward airing back onto stage just to catch the air dodge. You know what? It's a little bit of extra damage when your opponent's going to recover anyway. Never a bad idea.
Nice. Clipping right below the ledge as Ling trying to get up.
Oh no. Okay, but...
Yeah, much trickier to go for versus DDD. Oh, okay. Goes to ledge right there. I'm kind of surprised he didn't hold down to try to maybe go for a stock trade in that situation, but...
Right,
still,
which they probably would have ended up winning too. Oh, wow, man.
Up smash out of shield. That is not a fast up smash by any means, but nonetheless able to get the hit right there.
And Link's trying to do it back to him. Oh no. Can he get the footstool? No. Ling mashes jump immediately, gets the spike, it will kill. Okay, even game here going into final stock.
Yeah, that's what I was meaning from before, just that spike situation potentially for King Curb, but early Gambit going to Ling.
Right, and you know what? But the fact that it didn't happen earlier, same situation happened in terms of what happens afterwards. Up air into the bouncing Gordo too. Nice usage, but it has to dodge to avoid. Forward smash is going to be shielded and it's going to allow for a big combo. You got to pay the heavy tax if you're playing this character. Gets combos all the live long day.
Nice use of the B reverse inhale to mix up the landing right there, and the forward air off stage is going to be more than enough to take that set. Ling moving on to losers finals.
And that is a very quick 3-0 there from Ling on their secondary character, their DDD. Here's how the game's played is going to be broken down in terms of the characters that Ling has played the most at the top level. So has 618 games before today on the DDD, and has 524 on the Daisy. I think they have played the DDD more times. You want to take a ballpark on how many games they have played as each all time?
If the number's that high for DDD, characters I never even heard that they played today, I'm gonna go. I want to say like over 3,000. I'm gonna go for a real high number.
Okay, yeah, you're correct. It is over 3,000. Would you like to go higher?
I'm gonna go for 3,200 in that kind of ballpark area. 3,200.
All right. Well, the ballpark has not been met. Actually, 4,668 individual games has been played on the Peach. It is 72% of the total character usage. Has a win rate of 70%, and that's in individual games. In terms of set counts, Ling has an 80% win rate across all matchups.
Wow. That is incredibly impressive.
What a player, man. So, speaking of new players, let's look at Unleashed, who's been getting a resurgence and definitely staking their claim over this region, being the #1 person and probably the #1 seed in our top 32 regional finale bracket with a victory over Ling in Winterside.
Indeed. So that means that these two are now 1-1 in lifetime sets. Obviously, the scales will tip in one of their favors after this set, and we'll have to see whose favor that is. Is Unleashed going to get his opportunity for a run back versus Axiom XL, or will Ling be able to stamp his card into Grand Finals to fight against the fellow North England player prodigy in Axiom XL?
That remains to be seen. However, we are not going to be going further with the Peach or the Daisy. It's going to be Ling opting instead for the King Dedede. It feels
This
like
is an interesting pick because Sora has many ways to deal with that Gordo. So many large arcing hitboxes that cover so much space, as well as good projectiles to kind of swat them back. And that
projectiles too.
Yeah, exactly. And that Gordo is such an important part of the way that DDD kind of needs to play neutral.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you there. However, the one thing that DDD has that Peach and Daisy really don't is very good dish choice. The hammer actually covers more range than Sora's Keyblade does. So it's going to be a lot harder for Unleashed to approach. And you can also suck up and spit out the thunder, by the way, guys, just in case you ever wanted to do that. Yeah, he's like, spicy.
Shocking. All right. Fighting his way back to the stage.
Right, pops up in the air, gets hit. Oh, yeah, counter on that dagger. That is good. Nice salad.
At 98 against a big body character like DDD from across the stage.
Nearly full stage with that counter. Oh, that's ridiculously strong.
These fights are past two characters with their counters. They be hitting, man.
Oh
Sephiroth as well, crazy strong, but that up tilt also crazy strong. Ling keeping this close and competitive.
If your DFC character has a reflector or counter, chances are it's a little bit good.
Indeed.
I mean, Joker has a Tetracon and a Caracan. Both are very good. Huge hitbox and reflector. I mean, obviously, we're looking at Sora, which is a reflector. It doesn't reflect it back, but it reflects it in general, and it has very good damage output too. Sephiroth, I don't need to talk about Sephiroth because with his comeback mechanic, it does way too much damage. Off of a jab, you take like 30, 40, and you possibly do stock for it. And then Hero's got bounce, and finally, you got Kazuya Mishima. Yeah, Kazuya double F tilt, double input dash attack has a reflector on it too, which does double projectile damage. And Samus charge shot, when fully charged, gets reflected, kills at 0%. No knockback growth needed.
You've actually missed one, lad.
Oh, min up smash.
Yes. There you go. All right. Back to the match. Once again, pretty much even between these two. A lot of back and forth. Ling currently with the stage control looking for an opportunity, but Sora easily going to make that back.
Oh, yeah. And I love the amount of flanking that Sora can do. It very much helps their kit. Sandaga, you can keep below the stage. You can stall off stage for a very long time because you have a very good double jump in terms of the distance it covers, as well as the ability to use Sonic Blade out of the up B too.
Once again, these Gordos just getting swatted away. Very close between these two. It's this kind of weird situation where DDD can have a bit of a hard time finding those stocks despite how much power he has on the kit. Doesn't have the best kill throw options. Inhale doesn't threaten the stock, so he's got to look for a big raw hit.
Absolutely, man. And frankly, he has the ability to do so. He can get back on. However, you got to be wary of that counter, like we were talking about before, because even at this percent, if you counter hit a back air, you're probably losing Ling Ling's stock, and Ling Ling has to air dodge, go low. Really nice coverage there from Unleashed, catching him at the ledge with a 2-frame dash attack. That corner, getting really stock instead of the small stage.
Yes, real nice final stock play coming out from Unleashed right there. He just made every necessary play that he needed to. He fought against the Gordos beautifully. He maintained advantage, forced Ling into the corner, and then was able to capitalize masterfully on that edge guard to seal the game. I wonder now if we're going to see Ling opt back for the Daisy or the Peach, because, they did win 2 games in the winner's side set before, and they were very convincing games at that. I feel like we're going to see a potential FD Daisy pick here if my gut is telling me anything right now.
Yeah, my gut's also telling me that Unleashed will definitely not let that stage go unbanned, I think, though. Because, again, Peach and Daisy on FD, pretty hard to deal with, right? DDD on FD, a little bit bad too, you know, because there's nowhere to run from that Gordo. So, are we going to be getting a character switch? Definitely a stage switch at least. Diddy Kong!
Monkey! Little
What's he
chimp
doing
is
here?
Monkey.
Monkey. So, do you want to know how many times Link has played Diddy Kong?
100 and something?
21 times.
20. Oh,
bracket.
wow. Okay.
And they are rocking a 33.3 repeated % win rate on this character. So, I think Ling might be phoning this one in. Or maybe not. Okay, you know, the Diddy Kong does work. It is a character with an item pool similar to Peach and Daisy. However, this one trips, so it does allow for different types of combos.
Yep. Big forward smash coming out from Unleashed.
And you know,
This.
I do think Diddy Kong has the mobility to weave around these projectiles very well. The hitboxes, though, you do want to run into those things. Because Diddy Kong's a light character. These hitboxes definitely allow themselves to take a bunch of stocks early.
Right, nice recovery back to the center of the stage. Ling closing this gap very, very well, and the amount of range you can threaten with that banana is just outside the range of Sora's projectiles. Excellent stuff with the catch. Ling taking the first stock.
And phoning it in, you know, maybe I was a little bit too bold in my initial conceptions going forward for this match. Frankly, it seems like Ling is really well worked on the Diddy Kong, and frankly, it's a big deal.
There are moments where you can see where it's, you know, not quite as polished. There was an instance where he got a banana up close, didn't go for the down air to maximize the damage, instead just kind of goes for the dash attack. But a lot of the fundamental aspects of Ling's gameplay are shining through with this Diddy Kong so far.
Yeah, I do love the amount of airspace that Ling covers, you know. Where Peach and Daisy don't really cover the air up high all that well against Sora, Diddy Kong definitely has the mobility to do so. Land quickly, you know, recover very quickly as well, and just do a bunch of other fun stuff.
Oh, the up smash just outright missing. I think Unleashed definitely needs to opt for a forward smash right there, but it doesn't matter in that instance. Gonna take the second stock. Up 2-1.
You know, it might not be the fact that Ling wants to play secondaries or give them any work or anything. It could just be that the matchup is that difficult for Peach and Daisy, you know. Also, shout out to Aeon. I definitely did not steal that from him, but they might have said it earlier.
Spacing in the way that Unleashed is placing all of these hitboxes has been really, really good so far. And finally getting a good hit, not able to extend that edge guard, unfortunately. The Fair only just missing.
Ling right now doing their best to hold on to any chance to come back here. The F smash will do it. Yes, Sora is light. Only 80%. You know, Sora can take the stock away maybe after another 30 or 40%. However, you know, you have a really good ability from Diddy Kong to go for combo.
Again, just a simple dash attack. Not going to go for anything too fancy. Slowly but surely, this gap is being closed. Diddy Kong, not a character that can usually take stocks early. The down throw into the up air, taking its second stock and guaranteeing a second game for Unleashed.
Yes, sir. And Unleashed now. Feeling himself up 2-0 against Ling, who is working very, very hard to fight their way back into this thing. But I feel like they just need to go back to what has been working, you know. The Peach and the Daisy went very close to even with Unleashed a bit earlier, but it was ultimately because Unleashed had a counter pick advantage that they were able to come out and win. I think that was the big thing, and now if you go to the Peach Daisy, it might be a little too late, because no matter what happens, you have counter pick advantage now, but for those remaining two games, it's all Unleashed's choice.
Yep. Yeah, it's going to be a real uphill battle for Ling in this final game. We may even see something completely different if Ling is just feeling that cornered, but we'll have to wait and see. The DD didn't work. The Diddy Kong didn't work. And it is worth noting that despite the fact that it was a Game 5 set in winners semis, that final game from Unleashed was a very dominant one. It was a very clean 2-stock finish. Got 2 critical KOs with a counter versus Ling's recovery attempt. So maybe Ling is feeling that because of those key adjustments that the Peach and Daisy is not really going to work as well as he would like in those situations. But nonetheless, you know, you've got your back to the corner. You've really got to make an important decision here.
But Ling doing a very good job, taking the time they need. And you know what? It will not be the Daisy. It will be the Peach, the Monarch herself, coming to play in a very, very beautiful periwinkle blue dress there. I don't think I've ever given that skin its due diligence. Nice one. So Smash Bros is going to be the counterpick Virum, and honestly, as I recall, whenever we watched these two play initially too, I thought this was going to be a really good counterpick for Unleashed in this matchup. But it seems like Ling has different ideas about it.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised as well. I thought, you know, with how important the turnip has been to Ling's gameplay, I would have thought he'd want a stage with that little bit of extra ground room, just so that he has more opportunities to pull the turnip. To a rough start so far, Unleashed looking real strong, but gets the stage control. Fair to force him off as well.
Yeah, however, just fading back away from the ledge a little too much. That Sonic Blade misses the ledge, goes a little bit onwards. Alright. Oh, tries to come in with a Nair, but the freeze, or the Blizzaga rather, gonna be coming in. Up he should do it. Yes! Despite that high ceiling.
Scooped up and sent away. Only 50% right now on Unleashed, but the Dot Eyes is here to deal a chunk of damage.
Oh, yep, 117.
Wow.
Not out of this thing just yet.
Almost 70% in 3 hits. That back air is going to take the stock, and just like that, Ling has evened up this game.
And that's how beneficial these turnips, especially the Maverick turnip pulls, can be. Definitely want to make sure that you are wary of what each turnip does at all times.
Yes. Oh, found it, a rare SD coming out from Unleashed and Sora. You almost never see this character SD in that way, but the high bottom blast zone of Unleashed catching him off guard right there.
But, you know, if he jumped a little bit higher initially, he probably could have ended up living that. However, that move doesn't spike, so, you know, the risk reward on that was not exactly very much in his favor. But he's hanging out off stage, trying to go for more. Oh, stage spike, but no tech is going to be popped up in DL for that down air. Here. Excellent. His coverage very nice. Looking for a neutral get up. Not going to get it. Up B, but SDI's out off of the unfreezing.
Yeah, this is very much Ling's game to lose right now. Winky face there, not going to find its mark.
Right, nice back air. Oh, throws him off stage. Has the closed eyes and an air dodge to end up catching it. And falls a little bit too low, does Ling. Really nice play from Unleashed to stay alive. And the forward air dodge, yes.
Yeah, Ling committing a little bit too hard on the edge guard, was very, very confident in that forward air, but didn't really matter too much in the end. Was able to still take that first game for himself, put himself on the board here in Losers Finals. Is this the start of a potential reverse 3-0, or is Unleashed going to close the door here in this game 4?
Well, that remains to be seen. You've given him a game to adapt to the Peach now, so Ling's going to need to bring out a lot more shenanigans going forward, but if they can get some more turnip pulls in their favor, maybe like 1 or 2 dot eyes in the rest of the set, that should be minimum enough for them to swing the momentum in their favor. But if they get anything more, God forbid a Mr. Saturn, a Stitch, or even a Babam, I think Ling might have a good opportunity to come back into this. But, you know, it's unfortunate to say that's all it comes down to, because Ling has been playing expertly well in this matchup, but it's just a really hard matchup. You need all the help you can get.
Yeah, I mean, the games in winners semis that Ling was able to win, you know, he did pull the Stitches in those games, did pull the Mr. Saturns, and they definitely made a difference, getting those huge chunks of damage. I mean, in that game 4, we got a huge amount of damage from the Stitch and the shield break from the Saturn, all in one game, and that just allowed Ling to get a very dominant victory in that particular round. However, that's not to say that Ling cannot make these comebacks with the right without them. It's definitely more than possible with the level of play that he has been demonstrating so far.
Right. It's just kind of like the hero complex. You know, if you're hitting your smash attacks and they're killing, that's fine. But if they crit, you can kill them at 60. You know, everyone
kill
on Earth would prefer that.
You can kill them earlier than that. That up smash will kill you at like 10. It is ludicrously strong.
With buffs to boot, but you know, Peach does not have such luxuries, despite the fact that she is a queen or a princess at least.
Game number 4 here on small battlefield this time. Once again, Unleashed off to the early lead.
Right, you know, I feel like the platform differences are going to help Unleashed out a lot because you know, difference from this stage and Smashville is that there are 2 platforms on the sides as opposed to 1 in the middle. So, you know, getting extensions off the side platforms closer to the ledge is going to be a huge benefit to Unleashed.
Yes.
Wait, get back in. Yes. Oh, a little too low.
High enough. Yep.
Didn't want to float, didn't want to get hit by a projectile. Nice coverage. Okay. Gets away. Gets out another counter. Gets a nice grab off of the tomahawk from the platform. That's the thing about Link. Sometimes Link can just decide when they want to win and play perfect in all situations.
Yeah. As shown right there, the up B going to whiff, no punish. He's had a real hard time punishing that Sonic Blade. Unleashed has been doing a really good job varying the number that he does, whether it be 1, 2, or all 3. Ling hasn't really had a good handle on when he's going to opt for certain numbers.
Yeah, there are like 24 different combinations of stuff that you can do there. With you know, Sonic Blade being able to go in a number of directions, and then you know you can do 1 time or 2 times or 3 times. You know.
Yeah.
Good mix-up potential there on that move.
Great hit with that turnip right there, getting so much damage. Lovely up B just to relieve that situation. Set back to neutral, back to center stage for both.
Trying to float in. Sonic Blade, I'm gonna go for 2 this time. Fades back it through. Layton not able to get a good punish. Falls down low. Corners himself though. Good patience there, and the turnaround DI mix up too.
Alright, Ling potentially on his last stock of the tournament. He's got to really make this count. I like the use of the down smash, long-lasting hitbox to beat the spot dodge right there, and a great nair out of shield to punish to get up.
Right, go back to the ledge, has to retreat. Oh no, stage spike, and no counter will come out. Dash attack, close to taking this one. Not quite enough yet, looks for a backer, still not gonna find anything, Vero.
Ling having a hard time, there's the counter.
No.
It's just versus the up B though, he can make it back.
Okay. Excellent play there. At least being a little bit too close to the stage, not going up deep enough to go for any forward there, or otherwise edge guards. Nice!
Oh, the last possible like frame, pretty much, of that side B. Thunder not going to get the KO just yet, but still helps Unleash get back to stage. Nice dash attack. And now Ling, 92%. Oh,
there she is! Don't get hit by the fire! Oh, you up too! Shield damage!
Oh, the shield!
Right, baby! Sets up for a perfect combo if they want it.
Here we go. Oh no! Which afterwards? Dude, so much more damage for Ling right there. Potentially a stock if he got that combo just right. This will not KO with good DI. Good stuff to Ling, still alive.
Upper, very close to taking that stock. I think it's even any position above the ledge, or excuse me, above the platform. Good patience. Saga, good patience too. Air dodges out of the second hit though.
This is incredibly tense. The dash attack, still not enough, but you can't afford to take much more.
Fades back, grabs leg. Excellent plays there. Get up attack. Okay, that's some room for a turnip.
Just waiting for the opportunity.
Dash attack.
And it's not going to come because the dash attack, once again, we saw that option come out so much in winners finals to take those stocks, winners semis, excuse me, to take those stocks, and it will take the final one there, allowing Unleashed to emerge victorious 3-1, but get his run back versus Axiom in grand finals.
Yes. Excellent plays for both players. And Ling played like a hero and like a champion, but is going to fall out at 3rd place. Unleashed, our 4th seed, finds their way back up to the top. Another date with Axiom Excel for Unleashed. So, before we get into that, you know what goes good on dates, Virum? A little bit of food. I like having some grub with me whenever I have the lady over to watch movies. And you know, you don't feel like going out, you want to stay in, stay warm, cuddle up together, Grubhub's got your back. They will deliver your food for you. And something worth mentioning too is that they are the official delivery partner of the Panda Cup, with a nice offer for you guys at home, particularly for our new diners. If you have an order of $15 or more, you can use code PANDA5 and you'll get $5 off your first Grubhub order without question. And on top of that, if you're worried about getting your food to you, don't fret. The Grubhub guarantee's got your back. They will get your food to you on time and at the lowest prices, or they'll make it right. On time, lowest prices, or they'll make it right. That's the Grubhub guarantee. They will reimburse you for any problems you might have with your purchase. So, shout out to Grubhub. Thank you so much for making this circuit and this tournament series possible. But for those of you guys who are now frantically on your phone, allow me to inform you about the stakes of this next upcoming match. Virum, this is Grand Finals. Axiom XL, our second seed on the winner side of things, toting a 24-3 set count all time against Unleashed.
That he is, but it is worth noting that here in this ranking for the Panda Cup for the northeastern side of things here in NA, Unleashed has comfortably punched his way to the #1 spot, having guaranteed a top 2 placing while already being #1 on the leaderboard for his region. He is guaranteed to be the first seed here in the region, well, for the upcoming regional final in November, I believe. So
yes,
there's really no stakes here for the result, but you know, you'd like to be able to sway that set record a little bit more in your favor, you know, potentially get a 24-4, maybe 24-5 if you're able to completely take the tournament, would be lovely. But regardless of whatever happens here, you know, both players have done an incredible job making it way through the bracket. Let's have a look through this bracket once again.
Oh man, a lot of excellent sets here. I'm just reminiscing over all the ones that we got to watch together, you and me, Virum. Ling versus Unleashed, both sets proved to be absolute showstoppers, but you know, the Axiom train still chugging on through the station. Has not dropped a single game in top 8 yet.
That he has not, and I'm sure that he wants to keep it that way here in Grand Finals and wants to make this as quick and efficient as possible. But Unleashed coming through with a renewed vigor, a fire coming up through losers, definitely wants to go down fighting, or doesn't want to go out without a fight. So we'll have to wait and see how the set goes.
Yeah, so does Axiom XL feel like bringing out one of their other characters, or does Unleashed want to do that as well? Because as I mentioned before, Unleashed, not only a Sora main, they also played Banjo for a good long time. They also played Pyra Mithra, the Aegis, for a little bit as well, and definitely had to play a character other than those before any one of them came out. So definitely no stranger to playing a bunch of different characters. And then on the other hand of things, Axiom XL obviously has the Wario in the pocket. They were able to use it to get here in Winterside when the Kazuya failed to work. So should we see other characters than the two we expect, it might not be too bad of an option from either player.
Yeah, both players definitely have options in their pockets. I mean, we even saw briefly with the set record between those two. Axiom has also been on the Sephiroth. But yes, we are seeing exactly what we're expecting. Grand Finals between Axiom XL's Kazuya and Unleashed Sora.
Yes, let's get it, my friend. It is showtime. The man is here, and he is in the suit versus the young goat rocking the Keyblade, trying to prove that your heart can always be fixed. I don't know.
It's going to be difficult when you've got that opening Electric Wind God Fist 60% already in 10 seconds.
Hey,
it
man.
It shouldn't come as a surprise at this point. Oof.
Right now, fighting away from the ledge is Axiom. However, gonna get caught up by that uppie. You know, the big thing in the set that these two played in Winners Finals that Unleashed had was the fact that he could go up in the air and chase Axiom itself, bait out some air dodges. They're able to get a lot of early kills with those uppies off of frame traps, as I recall.
Oh, not able to make it back to the ledge with the air dodge.
Unfortunate play there. He was not quite ready for the recovery to not work, and Axiom XL costing himself not only a stock, but also one of his 3 rage drives that he is allowed this entire set, or excuse me, entire match.
Big up B just to quickly get his foot back on back in the door. 54%, honestly, not much at all for Kazuya. This combo alone will even the game. Not even gives him a lead. Oh, what
man!
a parry.
You madman!
Shield otherwise.
That's the second time that he parried an option that would have been very, very safe on his shield. Dude, the gall of Unleashed to go for that.
Yeah, it's easy to kind of forget about that option, and what it does is that it's a shield breaking down smash. It does a ton of shield damage, but great aerial pressure coming out from Unleashed.
Oh,
The up B not gonna connect.
Man, but despite that fallout of the up B there, you see what I'm talking about with Unleashed's air pressure? He is so good at just chasing you up into some of the spots where you are most weak, and whenever you want to chase it back up there, he can slam the sword right back into the ground. Excellent play there on that down.
This lead is fragile. He's going to need to rack up as much damage as he can, get a bit more of a substantial lead, but Axiom's not going to make that easy for him. Again, tries to catch him with that down smash, but Unleashed too elusive.
Did you just both like run up, roll through, run up again, and then roll through a second time?
So the back throw just a good chunk of damage.
I mean, that interaction itself is a very good idea that neither one of these players wants to fail away. And, you know, I don't think Unleashed could have recovered there, but Axiom itself made it more easy for him anyway with that jab one. So Unleashed is going to be losing stock off of that down B. Axiom XL at 51% or 57%, so he can very easily bring this back with just one EWG up. And there it is.
Yeah, the down throw. Ooh, doesn't get the follow-up there, but look at that shield. It's getting whittled away.
Has not been hit yet this stock. Well, I just had to say something, didn't I? Uh-oh, that's dead.
Cut into the dragon uppercut.
That excellent play on that side B. Kazuya Mishima does in fact win. So game one goes to Axiom XL again. Very, very close to a repeat 3-0 here in this bracket.
Yeah, but once again, that was similar to what we saw in the winners' final set. That was a very, very hard fought battle from Unleashed, and it's very, very clear that, you know, he knows what he's doing. They know what to do in a lot of these situations. They're making a lot of good plays. It's just the overwhelming power of Kazuya in this kind of matchup is a lot to deal with a lot of the time, and
right.
It's what I think Unleashed is primarily struggling with.
Yeah, now while Kazuya is, you know, a big time up close and personal guy, you know, it cannot be understated just how much utility he has in all aspects. If you're zoning him too much, he has reflective. If you know your swords are a little too much for him, he's got laser. You know, he's got intangibility on a good majority of his moves, including some of his tilts. So again, you just need to be incredibly careful at all times playing around this guy.
And even stuff like, you know, trying to zone him out with a very kind of poke heavy game, you know, using your long range disjointed normals seems like a good idea, but as you mentioned before, with the amount of intangibility this character has on a lot of options, he can just kind of bypass through them, you know, using that electric wing goldfish and the crouch dash to get past these pokes, just deal a ton of damage. We also see, of course, the rage drive. My goodness, that almost KO'd at 55.
Yes, and with some extra rage to boost, that probably could have done it. 1 or 2 more percent though. In the positioning of it, probably would have taken stock finally as well. And yep, there is the command grab. That angle is so brutal. But you know, Sora, it's just like Tuesday, man. Make her recover from anything.
Lovely angle using the Sonic Blade right there. That side B so flexible, so variable.
And that down smash didn't come out in time either.
One more grab from Axiom will be enough, or the Flash Tornado to get the stop.
Yes, excellent, excellent. Yep, oh, looks for the grab. Excellent spot dodge. Down tilt into the up smash. A little bit too high percent, but the up air will be the trick to deal. Outside of that, 0-0, starting off on the second stock.
Love the use of the Nair, the big full body covering hitbox of that Nair, just able to rack up a load of damage, but Axiom immediately answering back with that electric.
Yeah, And you know, that big move that you were talking about before, the neutral air, it's a really good option against Kazuya because, you know, while Kazuya does have an intangibility on most of his moves, most of them, it's only on certain parts of his body. And again, the air pressure that Unleashed has, chasing you all across creation, sending you up to the heavens. Excellent play there from Unleashed, and now nearly lapping Axiom's percentage already on this last stock of his.
Well, tries to go for an aggressive counter right there to call out Axiom doing a falling aerial. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out in his favor, but I love the confidence coming out from Unleashed, knowing that he has this stock to play with.
Yeah, and if you're Axiom XL, you want to take the stock as soon as possible so that you do not waste any of your rage driver, but here it is, it's back.
Big whiff right there.
Hey, what's he gonna do? He's gonna fade back to center, go for the flash tornado. Low profiles underneath the EWGF. And wow. There is no more rage drive on this angry man.
Back throw, very strong, we're not gonna get KO just yet. But the Thundaga off stage is definitely gonna be enough. A convincing victory from Unleashed, very well adjusted. Finally getting a game on the board.
Yeah, and finally getting a game off of the Kazuya in this top 8. Axiom XL now. The question has been raised, you know, the stage selection is, this is the first time you're getting to pick just yourself. Where are you gonna go? And are you gonna stay on this character? Are you gonna swap to the Wario? Who knows?
I'll have to wait and see.
Man, but hey, really good comeback there from Unleashed. Again, the second they had that second stock go in their favor, they were just like, okay, time to clap them up. No character switches. Seems like we're gonna have a stage switch though. I'm imagining we're gonna get like a Smashville, maybe a town and city, but more likely than not, it's gonna be a small battlefield or PS2. Small battlefield.
Yep, you are correct in your assessment of a small stage. Here we go.
Alrighty,
Great
man.
opener.
I love these Nair loops that Unleashed is going for too. You know, the heavyweight nature of Kazuya Mishima. I mean, he gets comboed by those a lot more. And, you know, being able to use them into up tilts, into all these other shenanigans to put them up in the air. Unleashed is doing a very good job of making sure that Axiom XL is not comfortable on the ground at all.
And critically, wow.
That.
Excellent stuff. Critically as well, Unleashed is putting himself into positions where it's difficult for Axiom to really cover. You know, he's using these nairs at very particular spacing such that it's very difficult to punish them afterwards. And the fading as well, the fadeaways from these aerials, so good. And now lapping Axiom in percent.
And Axiom has only had 2 interactions go in his favor, only good for 85%. But, you know, no stocks have been taken yet off of Unleashed. And that first rage drive that he had the opportunity to use, he didn't get to because Unleashed took his stock away too quickly. Okay. Rage drive is active again, and that's something that Unleashed needs to work out for.
We've seen Axiom present that rage drive just immediately to take the stock and does it there using the down special. Very nice. All right, 110.
I mean, come on, it is Kazuya. This is very doable. Vera,
yep.
Look at that.
Look at this
corner.
damage.
Oh,
almost
dude.
gets the follow-up electric. Unfortunately, it doesn't hit his mark.
I love the SDI though from Unleashed on the falling forward air. That falling forward air should true combo into the electric wind god fist, but just enough SDI from Unleashed to get out of dodge there, allow himself to take that stock away. Really good play.
Yep. Yeah, the down throw to the forward air chain. No punish on the up B. That's going to be a punish on the Sonic Blade. There's going to be a ton of damage. No! Misses the electric and just gets the regular wind god fist.
Oh, dude. A little bit of a suboptimal punish there from Axiom XL. Might be coming back to bite him as Unleashed momentum is spiraling out of his control.
Yeah, this is... Axiom's had a real hard time getting the major hits that he needs. This is not insurmountable though, but that down tilt to up smash is going to really sting. Can't afford to get hit by too much more. Another down tilt into the up air. Maybe curtains. There's the up air. Still alive, but a chase.
Second one.
Very nice to unleash. Two stocks in a row. Looking incredibly comfortable right now on this Sora.
It is so difficult for Axiom to land in those instances, Viram, because you can use your down air, sure, but like all he has to do is use his air acceleration to fade away and get a punish on you because of the end lag on it. There's so much stuff that Sora is able to put Kazuya into that Kazuya is just really wildly uncomfortable in.
Wow, we got the immediate run back coming out from Axiom. Doesn't want to play any games, just get straight into the match. Try again here in this game 4.
Come on, bring it on. But the thing is, you just need to optimize your combos a little bit more. That's the big thing. And you know, if there is an epitome of consistency when it comes to the Kazuya combos, it is generally Axiom. I just feel like he's getting beat out by this awkward combo weight that Unleashed has into Sora.
Unleashed already racking up 85%. Finally, there's the first. With a double nair, not going to get a third. And Sora
He air dodges up. Okay.
Recover.
Woo! That was very scary for Axiom, but he's able to live just barely. At 101%, has Rage Drive, and it should kill if it connects here, especially the strong powered up one.
Yes, I think he wanted to go for the Gates of Hell version right there, which does well over 40%.
Yes, and also is way better at killing.
Yeah.
Oh, come on! All these spot dodges. Yeah, you can see how scared Unleashed is. I feel like Axiom Excel's trying to hold on to it just to be a little bit more scary, but he's got it for a long time, presuming he doesn't whip him anymore.
Can't take too much damage here, though. He will lose that Rage Drive otherwise.
Worked for the Stature Smash on a roll-in, however, was not able to get it. Sonic Blade, yes! Actually, we go for the third one, too. Into the ground, not moving at all.
Yeah, I love that option. It's great mix-up coming out from Unleashed. He's been primarily opting for 2, so the mix-up with 3 there of all places was an excellent decision. And now the Rage Drive is no longer a factor. Flash Punch combo just to get him off stage.
Alright, there goes out of the Thunder 2. Cannot recover there. Actually, accidentally went back and forth a little too much. Thought they were a little bit higher up, and Axiom Excel will be feasting on the fruits of his labor if for a short period of time, as Unleashed takes that one away with a double nair into the up air.
Right, nice combo off of the Fire Raga. Continue this pressure going. Nice use of Thundaga right there, knowing he wants to go for the chase. He dips too far. He doesn't go far enough to the side.
Oh no, and this winner's life from Axiom Excel is slowly but surely slipping away. Goes for the backer out of that, but man, unless he can take the stock right now, it's going to be very difficult. Hang on. Oh, went for the crouch cancel attack. Not able to connect it though. Use the laser 2 to poke down. Okay, this is kill percent on Unleashed. However, something that has also been like going wrong for Axiom is that he hasn't been able to land the follow-ups to his Electric Wind God Fists in these situations.
Yeah, we haven't really been seeing much in the way of like electric to like the up B. There's the down tilt to up smash, which we've been seeing plenty of from Unleashed, but goes for the attempt to go for the Rage Drive. We're probably going to see it again. There it is. That's going to take the stock. 124 on Axiom right now. Definitely wants to keep this game alive to avoid the reset, and there's the start of something. Goes for the Tsunami kick instead.
I finally got to say it. Let's go. Still got the damage though out of the down throw. Really excellent play there. Has 43% on his opponent. You know, has nothing to sneeze at. He does have a lot of rage too, but there's the up air out of the double hit nair. 3, 2, 1. Unleashed with a bracket reset.
Very, very nice gameplay from the Sora extraordinaire here in Unleashed, and honestly, this is a perfect time to just kind of ride that momentum going into the next set. You've reset the bracket successfully. Meanwhile, if you're on Axiom's side, there's quite a lot that you need to consider. A lot that you need to consider in terms of being able to adapt to a lot of these situations that Unleashed is presenting. Really got to make sure that you optimize those combos. And honestly, I'm not sure if he's there's a potential consideration here for another character. I mean, as we mentioned before, both these players have their share of pockets. Personally, I'd love to see the Sephiroth. I know if he's got that primed and ready, I'd love to see it. I know that Sephiroth is a character that tends to do very well against Sora, but you know, when push comes to shove,
I'm
It's all
honestly
down to
inclined to
Axiom.
think that the Wario is a better choice as well. You know, because while Wario does kind of get met out in the air quite a lot, if he can get into combos, I feel like with the physics that Sora has, he can very easily punish him for being that floaty and stuff. But in terms of taking stocks again, yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you there. I do feel like the Sephiroth's a better pick.
Hey, for all we know, he might stick it out with Kazuya for this entire grand finals.
I wouldn't be surprised.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, because again, he did win 3-0 with the Kazuya and winner's side. It's probably not a problem with the character. It's just the way that he might be playing right now. But this is true finals. No matter what happens, whoever wins this set goes home the victor. Will it be Unleashed, who is already guaranteed the #1 seed, regardless of win or lose? Will it be Axiom XL, who has had his win count over this guy shortened a little bit more time?
It's way back down.
Already
Playing a
feels like
slightly
Axiom-
long range game with the laser.
Yeah, it already feels like Axiom is playing a lot more confidently. Not putting himself out in the air too much, except for when he really needs to, and he gets a really nice forward air for his troubles. Nice back air. It's not gonna kill yet though. It will counteract the Blizzaga though.
Yeah, definitely a fortunate trade for Axiom right there. Oh no, punish! And the down smash is going to come through for his troubles as well.
Will not take that stock yet. Oh, bad DI on the uppy too. Not gonna take the stock for it though. Far away. Looks to try to read that roll out and does get it. However, I feel like a dash attack is probably the better option there. Doesn't matter. He's gonna go for Gates of Hell anyway.
That rage drive doing more than enough.
Moving away. Gonna run back in. Falling forward there. Will not connect. Oh man, nice roll through. Does get the tsunami kick, or scoot the flash tornado, out of the down throw. Okay, I kind of corrected myself. Whew.
Quick flash punch combo just to get Sora off stage. There's the electric pushing him back.
Yeah, man, it's so cool that there's moves that do that in the game now. I love that as a mechanic so much. So scary. It's just like, oh god, my shield.
In that direction to make sure that you didn't get caught by a DI trap with the down throw up air, but still going to lose his stock as a result.
Yep, those who often try to avoid their fate need it on the way they take to get there. Will be Axiom, who loses that first stock away. However, doing a very good job of making this incredibly competitive. Considering Unleashed is now at a 106% deficit compared to only 23 on Axiom XL's hand.
Yeah, again, just going to take the damage from the up throw right there.
Uppy, yeah.
Lovely up B, just reacted to the roll, ready with the optimal punish. Now, Axiom with a very comfortable lead.
They were in the perfect position to read that roll and get the uppy out of it. Knew it was coming. However, gotta stop, letting these niche interactions fall by the wayside, because you're taking a lot of percentage on this stock considering how much of a lead you had just a moment ago. That has all but a backwards.
Slow on the punish and just a very simple grab to retaliate. 34% as a result.
Man, that detriment, that much percentage at this point is so huge, because if Axiom XL even gets this last stock, which, okay, now he is here, even if Unleashed gets a combo up to 100%, now there's another rage drive you got to contend with.
Yep.
Oh man, nice up tilt into the up air, 46%, 59, and climbing another up tilt. Gonna fall through this one though.
Oh, doesn't get the punish there.
Flash punch, nice counter, does it again. Uses that to drift back to stage a little bit better too.
I like how Unleashed is mixing up between landing on those platforms and going back to stage, but the Heaven's Door finally getting Axiom another game on the board here in the second set. 1-0.
Man, Really good usage of that out of the air too. It's a very, very cool move whenever it works like that. However, man, it is now back in Axiom's favor. They won game 1 last set, and then Unleashed just kind of tore through them with a 3-0 afterwards. Can Unleashed do the same thing again, or will Axiom surge through to victory? That remains to be seen. So, game number 2 here in True Finals. And it looks like we're going to be going to Kalos, as a matter of fact, for this one. This was the stage that he counterpicked Kazuya to in the last set. And, you know, we got music that's a little bit too jolly considering the circumstances. However,
Yeah.
we do have some Kalos music underscoring the Kalos Pokemon League stage. Nice. Heaven's Doors. And you know what? We are in a cathedral, so excellent, nail on the head play there. Well, behind will be red. Forward air out of the freeze. Oh my god, nice Nair loops into the up B, and with that little string, the Rage Drive is gone. A lot more breathing room here for Axiom, or excuse me, for Unleashed, but Axiom SDI is out of the up B, and will not be losing stock for it.
Down tilt, but not going to be in a position to combo. Unfortunate with the Blizzaga right there, going to get punished by that up B.
Falling forward air now is going to fall through that Faraga. Catching him, landing on top of him, gets a grab and a pummel there too. That is the strongest pummel in the game. One hit does 4%, but it's really easy to mash out of it. Yep, there's the Gates of Hell right there.
Strongest and slowest pummel by far.
But,
I like the choice from Axiom right there, just to back off. Doesn't need to really engage too heavily. He has a lead. He can get little bits of damage here and there, knowing the damage per hit this character gets.
Oh my god, I love that flanking game too. That's set up for a landing catch. He used his up air coming off of the ledge and used that to go past the ledge. Caught a landing area with an electric wing dot finish into an up B for the stock. Now he has a big lead here, but Unleashed looking to close this gap as much as possible in these next couple of moments. 61%, thank you, Rumble.
Grab right there. Chasing Axiom up.
A lot of dashing up and rolling through from both of these players. You can tell the set history has been, a little bit hard on both of these players. They want to make sure that they are not giving up any openings, any angles for their opponent to jump on them. So a lot of defensive options are coming out here.
Yeah, despite that big lead that Axiom had, that is gradually dissipating.
Oh yeah,
Carry into the Rage Drive.
Forward throw. As an off stage, maybe go for something else there, but that Rage Drive was excellent usage of that move for a good amount of damage onto Unleashed's final stock here.
Nice. Doesn't get the up head to finish, unfortunately, and a good up B from Axiom just to relieve that situation again. The back throw should be enough, even with the weight of Kazuya. All right, one stock apiece.
Yeah, and you know, Viram, those Nair loops have been one of the favorite kill options in this set from Unleashed. And, now that Axiom XL knows how to avoid them, the future's looking bright for him with a nice raw up B, a JV2 stock. Win that game too.
All right, now Axiom just one game away now from winning this qualifier and taking it 3-0 over Unleashed. But Unleashed, throughout this entire grand finals, throughout this entire bracket, has been fighting, and he has been fighting incredibly well. So let's see if they can make any key adjustments here to try to push beyond.
He can do it. Again, if anyone can do it, it is Unleashed. It's an excellent win in that last set. He won 3 straight last time while he was down by 1. He can do it while he's down by 2. I believe it. So Pokemon Stadium 2 will be the venue for this next and potentially final match here of the final Northeast NA qualifier.
Oh, and of course that down throw is the start of a big chunk of damage. Great use of Heaven's Door right there just to catch him in midair. We're seeing that a little bit more from Axiom, and it's doing dividends.
Oh, excellent use there. Whoa, okay.
Shots a little bit too long with the up smash there, it seems.
Yeah, he did it immediately. I don't know if it was true, but you know, it might have been with a little bit less or a little bit more percentage. Back air. Gonna take him off stage. Unleashed. Still trying to fight back into this thing.
Over the Flash Tornado, quick and powerful, taking that stock with real efficiency.
Alright. Oh, usage of the spell is very, very nice from Unleashed to get out of dodge there. However, there is a Rage Drive on a very, very angry Kazuya. And now all of his attacks will be doing more damage while this red aura is active. For grabs, looking for anything here.
Yeah, with that grab. Very, very nice. That's the first time we've seen that in this set. The reverse hit from there into the up smash. What a combo.
Really, really good plays there from Unleashed. And you know what? He can fight his way back into this. However, Flash Punch, a couple jabs into it as well. So, real good extension there from Axiom XL.
Works his way back to center stage once again with the Sonic Blade.
Right, oh, goes for the Gates of Hell. Not going to do it, though. Unleashed is hanging out in the air a little bit too much here. He is very scared of what Kazuya can do to him if he keeps his feet on the ground for too long.
That's a big punish, yeah. Nice and simple with the up smash out of shield, and now Axiom one stock away from being your Northeast NA Panda Cup champion.
Yep. Nice little jab string to get out of dodge there. Rolls through, tries to go for something. That shield is a skittle right now, my friend. One little touch and that thing is getting popped. Shield pop against Kazi is very, very dangerous. However, I feel like Unleashed Shield is back to full now, but there is a Rage Drive he needs to contend with.
Yeah, if his shield were to get, if that shield were to get popped now, he loses. It, straight up that, just run to the edge, F smash, sweet spot will just KO.
Right.
Outright.
He's falling forward there too. Oh! Wait, he's gonna go deep.
No, you want to do that again. Sora easily take that back.
Yup, and an unfortunate little bit of character unfamiliarity from Axiom XL. That's a mistake he will not make again.
Yeah, he doesn't land onto the stage. I think that's one of those command grabs where the opponent does have a level of influence of where it went, of where it could go. So maybe Unleashed tried to make it go all the way to the side, but...
I mean, I can definitely give the man credit for that. He did live off of something that should have been instant death with most other characters in the roster. There is Heaven's Door again. They're gonna end up living there. Unless you point out
the electric
tournament. 3-0. Axiom XL takes this one. Earns himself 100 points and a very, very high seed in our regional finale, which is going to be the next event in the Northeast NA region. After this one, this is the final qualifier, so it's been a heck of a journey. But in the meantime, I'm going to talk about some of our highest placing players in the entire circuit so far. So obviously at number 1 after today, it will be Unleashed, Armadillo, and Vapor will be our other top 4 seeds. There will be some other shifting around as some points get added and unadded from some people, but as it stands right now, your top 8 before this event is being finally calculated is Unleashed, Armadillo, Vapor, Gaius, Anarchy, Fang, Q, and Teapot for our top 8. And then you have a couple of other players coming in after a good amount of points being earned today. There are your champions today.
That was some quick work on this bracket. Very nice. I'm impressed at how quickly this was all put together.
Shout out to our TOs and to our graphic designers for this event. So guys, if you want to take part in this online qualifier, unfortunately for the Northeast NA, you don't have any more opportunities to do so. But on November 5th, the regional finale will be taking place, so make sure you know that you qualify for that or not. And if you are in any of these other regions represented here, find your region, head on over to start.gg/Panda Cup to make sure that you are having your opportunity to compete in your scene and have a chance to qualify for the regional finale, which in turn, if you win that, will qualify you for the Panda Cup finale happening at the end of the year in sunny California.
All right, it has been an incredible set of Northeast NA qualifiers. As mentioned before, they are now done, but upcoming next, actually, the next Panda-related event is going to be a bamboo battle tomorrow, I believe, which is something to look forward to, of course. But do we have anything else left to give to these wonderful people at home?
Just our regards, as well as a reminder that if you are ordering anything off of Grubhub, if you are a new diner and you are trying to save some money, if you make an order of $15 or more, you can use code PANDA5 this month and you will receive $5 off of your order. So make sure you do that. Grubhub's got your back with the Grubhub guarantee, on time, lowest prices. So again, thank you to them, and thank you all to you guys for spending the better part of your Sunday afternoon with us today. It's been a genuine pleasure. Thank you all so much for being here.
Chill. Grubhub delivers convenience items.
Grubhub delivers convenience items.
Grubhub delivers convenience items.
Grubhub delivers convenience items?